7 games in 7 days, and it all comes to a close tonight in Falmouth as the Orleans Firebirds, the bottom team in the East, comes in to face the bottom team in the West in the Falmouth Commodores. And the Commodores looking to finish this off with an above 500 record for the first time in any stint this summer. Here up in Pat's Loft at Gov Fuller Field, I'm MJ Newsom alongside Aiden Blake and partner. It's a pretty hot one day outside, but the good news for the Commodores, they have been red hot here at the Gov.
That's true. They have won the last, 3 here at home. They've won all their games so far at home this season. 6-4, not a bad home record. It's the 0-9 on the road that's going to get you. We're going to get to that a little bit later this week. But right now, you have a chance to continue your home dominance, go to 3 games above 500 at the Gov, and close out this stretch of 7 games in 7 days with a nice big win. It's
hot here temperature-wise. The Commodores have been hot here. Aiden, you mentioned it. Maybe not as hot on the road. The Commodores still 0-9 on the road, and last night was not much better against the Bourne Braves. A 1-1 game for quite some time, then all of a sudden in the 6th inning, things got away from them.
It did, and this was just one of those games where you never felt like you were in it. Outside of maybe the top of the first, you scored first. Then they came back, and after that, it was just a lot of unanswered runs. Your pitching went good. Parker Coyle was good. But after that, I mean, it got ugly quickly. In the late innings, the bullpen, which has been good at times, just wasn't able to hold the line. You struggled a lot to stop them from scoring. And you know, despite that rally at the end, it really just was one of those games that you're going to need to flush altogether.
The bullpen wasn't exactly great. The hitting was not the best last night either. But a guy that's been hitting the baseball pretty well for the Commodores is Gavin Turley, and he had a huge grand slam here on Saturday against Chatham.
He did. He's been hitting the ball well at home. The team has been hitting the ball well at home. We're going to see some new faces in the lineup tonight, which is exciting. Gavin Turley is not one of them. He's been in this lineup every day almost since he's come back to the Gov from Oregon State. Excited to see him hitting again. Had that big grand slam the last time he hit here.
Gavin Turley has had 2 home runs, in the last 4 games. He had one on Independence Day at Katuitt. Of course, that big grand slam on Saturday. 1 base hit last night, and a guy that's hit the ball really well on the opposition for Orleans is Hadim Jow out of Loyola Marymount.
Man, this team doesn't hit the ball very well, but Hadim Jow does. You're going to get a look at his highlights right here. Look at this stuff. He is just ridiculous when it comes to hitting. This team has a 188 batting average, and a lot of that is off of his bat. He's been one of the biggest parts in Kelly Nicholson's lineup since the beginning, and you expect him to be an even bigger part tonight.
Hadim Jow has played in just under 15 games. He's been the steady bat after Rock Chalowski went out last night towards meniscus. He's done for the summer. A big blow for Orleans. And Aiden, you talked about the bullpen pitching kind of becoming the starting pitchers. Gage Wood on Saturday. Last night, Parker Coyle. And we get to see Francis Ferguson make his first start tonight.
Well, you look at Fergie, and just like the last 2 starters, you think, man, he's not going to go more than 3 or 4. The last 2 starters have gone 5 apiece despite really not being thought of as starters. That's a very good thing for this team, and it's helped them a lot. Again, a lot of your starters from the beginning of the season are starting to go out. You're not yet to the guys that are going to replace them at the end. So in the interim, you bring in guys like Francis Ferguson that are going to be able to hold the line and get you to that next portion of this season.
It's his 8th game this summer and first start, and you're going to hear from another bullpen guy, one of the favorite guys around the ballpark, Riley Stanford with Braden Shank after this break.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, president of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
My name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
Hi, I'm Francis Ferguson, a left-handed pitcher from the Falmouth Commodores, and you're watching Commodores baseball.
Hey, you get to see Francis Ferguson get his first start today, his 8th appearance of the season. He's been a very experienced bullpen pitcher for us. And, Aiden, you got to do a Sunday special yesterday. Talk with bench coach John Schiffner, what you call Shift Notes. And he was talking about the importance as we get to the middle part of the season and on, how it's important to get 2 out of 3 games and really make a push in the playoffs. Of course, Falmouth right now in the bottom of the West Division. So it's now or never. It's crunch time for the Commodores. Let's see what you had to say with him yesterday at Bourne.
You mentioned this is for the playoffs, theoretically. You win this game, you're tied with Bourne for 4th, and you're right in that mix. Right. Does kind of feel like this is the time where this team, has a shot to move up. How do you talk to the team ahead of a game like this where it's still a lot of baseball to be played, but feels like this is a huge point? If you can win 2 or 3 in a row here, you're really in a good position.
That's the key. This game is not – you can't put a single game important halfway through the season. But, it will get us tied with them. It's a little incentive. But you're right. We got to win 2 out of 3 and then secure things. But, it's a little too early to really put that much pressure on one game. But kids want to win. They showed it last night. They've showed it all year long. We've come back on numerous occasions, and it just didn't fall our way. So I think they're going to, they like coming off that win last night, and let's hope that it just, it continues to roll, and we'll see what happens in the next 10 games.
That was Aiden Blank with John Schiffner in his first year on the Falmouth staff. Commodores going to make a push, Aiden. 6-13 right now there, as you see. The Orleans Firebirds 5-14 out of the East Division. Both these two teams looking to claw its way back. And now we'll take it some Cape League storylines heading into the off day tomorrow. Players of the week announced today: Vahiva Aloy from the Whitey Red Sox and Chatham's Micah Ashman, the left-handed pitcher out of Utah. The players of the week for this past week. Top of the top, man. Wareham has been really, really good in this West Division, and of course, draft day coming up.
Absolutely. We're going to have some fun with draft day next week, right? Because you'll get a couple of Commodores from this year drafted, but I think this year it's really big in Falmouth because of the guys who were here last year. Travis Bazana, Charlie Condon, spotted around the top 5. They're both expected to go top 5. Whether one of them can grab the number 1 spot, that's your question. It's going to be very interesting, and we're certainly going to have some fun. And again, there are a couple of guys on this year's team that are going to end up in the MLB draft.
And Aiden, that's one thing you and I have talked about really more off-air than on-air, but a lot of these teams have some guys that will be leaving for the draft. Chatham's Austin Overn, who we saw on Saturdays, who having a fantastic summer, but Falmouth doesn't really have a whole lot of guys. We know Christian Martin may test the draft waters as well as Hayden Frank, but outside of that, you're going to be retaining pretty much all of your star players, and that's going to be important moving forward in the summer.
And that was actually another portion of Shift Notes that we talked about, the building of this roster and the thought of, hey, we're going to go in and we're going to build some guys that may not be the top of the line, but we're going to get guys that are going to be here for the whole summer, and that's going to give us the advantage right in this point, right? This is game 20, last game of the first half of the season. 21 gives you the second half. We want guys that are going to be here so that by the second half of the season, where everybody else is going out and re-recruiting and getting new players that they weren't expecting to because their guys got drafted, we don't have to worry about that. These are the same guys that have been here for weeks and weeks.
It's unbelievable, too, Aiden. It feels like we just started yesterday, but as you mentioned, tonight marks the 20th game of the summer. Unbelievable that we're already here, and you talked about Wareham earlier, top of the league. You get to go to Spillane Field for the first time. It's a makeup game, a rainout that happened in the last day of June. But you get to go there on Thursday for a crack at the top team. Before that, you take on Hyannis on the road where you lost opening night at McKeon Park.
And big-time West Division slate coming up after the off day tomorrow. You're going to get Hyannis Wednesday, Wareham Thursday, and Wareham Friday. You've got yourself a really good slate of baseball games, and I'm excited to see what this team can do. If you could take two or three of those games, you're suddenly right back in this thing in the West.
Absolutely. And you talk about getting right back in this thing in the West. This one's an important game because after last night, you had a chance to take sole possession of fourth place. You lose, you're now 4 points back. But like we alluded to earlier in the broadcast, if you get a win tonight, you finish this 7-day stretch 4-3, above 500, something you haven't done yet at all in a 4, 5, 6-game stretch this summer.
Absolutely. You need to get on a tear pretty much. You need not a crazy tear, but you need yourself 4 or 5 wins in a row. That kind of win streak changes your season.
The win streak hoping to start today. We've mentioned Falmouth has won the last 3 games at home. Still looking for that first road win. We're not going to step aside for just a quick minute here on the Commodores YouTube channel. Be back with you for next play ball and first pitch.
The best of the West and the beasts of the East. Coming to Falmouth this July, it's the 2024 Cape League All-Star Game, presented by Milton Cat. Come see the stars of tomorrow shine tonight with tickets on sale now at capecodleague.com.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Since 1998, CCALS has been leading a new vision in ALS care. We're dedicated to tending to and caring for individuals and their families, navigating the complexities of living with ALS. Join us in our mission to provide compassionate support and innovative solutions. Together, we can make a difference. CCALS, because every moment matters.
Hi, I'm Riley Stanford. I'm a outfield and pitcher from Georgia Tech, and you're watching Commodores baseball.
You heard Riley Stanford out with Braden Shank pregame. Riley Stanford, always one of the most outgoing people here at the ball club. And talk about outgoing and just crazy, Aiden. This weather has been something else. Really starting yesterday, the humidity really rolled in. It's really been some dry heat, really not much heat at all. But, man, it feels like I'm back in the South today.
79, but I would imagine the air quality is a little bit higher than that. Or, beg your pardon, the humidity probably makes it feel like it's in the low 80s. You do have some wind out there. It's telling me, the app on my phone is telling me 8-mile-an-hour winds, 13-mile-an-hour gusts. It does feel like 84, so it is a 5-degree bump up with the humidity. I mean, this is really something. 82% with a 73-degree dew point right now. This is ridiculously hot, and it's been like this the last bunch of nights. You only hope it goes down throughout the week, nothing higher than 80 really for the rest of the week. But, man, you hope that it just – you hope you don't have to deal with this much longer.
And that's here at almost 6 o'clock. I mean, during batting practice today around 3:30, I mean, it definitely felt probably closer to 90 degrees. Had a chance to catch up with some of the guys, mainly from around my neck of the woods in the South. Talked to Jackson Willits, Jason Jones, and Jack Bell, and they were like, man, like it feels like I'm back home. Obviously, the Cape League weather, known to be a little bit cooler. We've had much cooler days. We've had some quarter-zip nights, some pants nights as well, but today it is polo and shorts.
We might get to QZ later on. We'll see how things go.
We've definitely talked about how once that sun goes down, it does tend to get a lot cooler. But I think one thing that has not been cool here, we've talked about it, is the Commodore bats and the Commodore wins. Coming off a great home win on Saturday against Chatham, we highlighted Gavin Turley's grand slam in the 6th. A 4-3 win, and Gage Wood was miraculous on the mound as well.
He was miraculous. It was your biggest win outside of Katuitt maybe this season. It was only your second win with a team not currently in 4th or 5th place. You can't get a third tonight. Orleans is in 5th, but you could win or at least tie the season series with them. If you win tonight, you can do no worse than tie. It'll come down to that last game at Eldridge Park.
It's been a win here at the Gov against Orleans. That came in 6 innings by fog, and then you had one loss at Eldridge Park, and that was a crazy game. The third game of the summer, a 1-0 loss, just 3 hits for the Firebirds, 2 for the Commodores, and just think how far we have come since that third game.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? We've learned so much about this team. We've seen so many different crazy outcomes in games. It's been a wild ride, partner, and excited for the next 20 that'll hopefully find the doors in a playoff spot.
Now let's send it over to our public address announcer, Emma Ryan.
Singing the national anthem tonight is Herb Landsman. Herb is a lifelong Falmouth Commodores fan and remembers Arnie Allen's policy of paying out quarters for returned foul balls. He is also a lifelong Boston Red Sox fan and was honored to sing the national anthem for the Red Sox twice at Fenway Park. He and his wife Cindy live in Megantic in North Falmouth. Together, they have 4 children and 6 grandchildren.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, can for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Tonight we have 3 ceremonial first pitches. First, welcome David Chevrier. David is a dedicated leader in the scouting community, serving as the Arrow of Light Den leader for Pack 41, a committee member for Troops 50 and 150, and starting this fall, the leader of the Falmouth Girl Scout Troop 70905. His wife Lauren is also deeply involved as a Falmouth Girl Scout troop leader and active with Troop 150. As an Eagle Scout, David has a deep passion for the outdoors, which he shares with his 4 children, with a 22-year-old at NOAA Fisheries in Woods Hole, and his role as a Falmouth Town Meeting member. David is committing to serving his community. Perfect strike. Next, we welcome 8-year-old Isabella Rodriguez. Isabella is a part of the Brownie Troop 64890. Isabella has been a Girl Scout since kindergarten and has worked hard to be part of the 500 Club 3 years in a row. As a Girl Scout, Isabella's goals include having a positive impact on her community, learning about STEM, and making the world a better place. Another perfect strike. Tonight, we are also pleased to welcome orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jonathan Sunken and his son Jake to the mound. Dr. Sunken is part of a full team of experts at the Falmouth Orthopedic Center, which offers specialized orthopedic care close to home. Dr. Sunken and the many folks here from Cape Cod Healthcare represent Cape Cod's other home team of over 5,000 dedicated employees who share a special calling to deliver leading edge and compassionate care for our community and visitors each and every day. Cape Cod Healthcare is pleased to support the Cape Cod Baseball League and celebrates all Cape Cod Healthcare team members at tonight's game. Perfect strike. Falmouth has Cub Scouting for boys and girls in kindergarten through grade 5, Scouts BSA for boys and girls in 6th grade and up, and the Sea Scouting, a co-ed program for young people in grades 9 and up. Mashpee Girl Scouts, girls in kindergarten through 12th grade, create the world they want to live in and strive to make it better every single day. They explore their strengths, take on new challenges, and can always be themselves, regardless of background or ability. Supported by adult volunteers and mentors right here in our community, as well as millions of alums around the globe. Girl Scouts lead the way as they discover who they are and how they can make the future a brighter place. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to hear the Falmouth Scouts say the words we love to hear. Take it away, Scouts.
Let's play some ball, partner. It doesn't get much better than 3 first pitches here at the Gov. And I know we're excited to see Francis Ferguson throw his first pitch as a first time this summer as a starter. We are moments away from some baseball here in Falmouth. It's cooling down. It's cooling down. It's been hot this afternoon. Got some airflow coming up here in the press box. We're ready to have some fun.
So do we call that first, second, and third pitch? Is this now the 4th pitch of the game that Francis Ferguson's going to throw?
You got me stumped there.
How about Luke Gaffney? We got to see Luke Gaffney catch finally. We've been waiting for it.
It's Trent Carraway, Luke Gaffney, Isaiah Barquette, the 3 Commodores to catch those first pitches.
Isaiah wanted to catch too, wasn't he telling us?
He did.
In batting practice, I want to come catch.
He did say he was looking forward to catch a little bit, so I guess he gets to fulfill his dream. And here come the Commodores getting ready to take the field. A little bit of a late start here at the Gov, but still plenty of sunshine, plenty of blue sky for some baseball. And one team here is looking to try and get some more blue sky in the clubhouse. I mentioned both teams at the bottom of the division. And the Orleans Firebirds bats look to get it going. A guy we talked about, Aiden, in the top, Hadim Jow, man, he's been hitting the baseball extremely well.
He is. Again, this is a team that only hits 188. You love to see Fergie cook against these guys. They're not hitting very good. You'd like to see him just really get into a groove and mow down some batters here.
Ferguson, you can take a look at the lineup he's going to be facing today. Nadeem Jow, like I mentioned, one of the guys that is notable. Also, Bennett Markinson, a catcher who's only played 3 games, hitting 400 right now. He's off to a nice start. And now let's take a look at the southpaw, Francis Ferguson, out of Eastern Nazarene University. Here in his 8th game this summer, I mentioned his first start. Look at that, 2-0 record, a 4.09 ERA. He has been rock solid out of the bullpen and has really limited a lot of hard contact.
He has, and you last saw him against Brewster. He had a really good outing. Remember, we were so excited to see him throwing strikes, right? It seemed like he was missing very few pitches. You'd like to see that tonight. Again, team's only hit 188. Throw the ball in the zone, pound the zone a little bit, dare them to hit it.
You mentioned dare them to hit it. Aiden, Orleans comes in as a team hitting just 188, bottom in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Big reason why they've only got 5 wins, but got a chance, like you mentioned, to take the lead in the season series against Falmouth. They have split both the home games. Falmouth won here a couple of weeks ago at the Gov, and Orleans won back at Eldridge Park on opening night by a score of 1-0. The last time these two teams met, it was a fog out in the 6th inning. Falmouth not exactly known for its fog outs. That's mainly Chatham, at least known around the league, but tonight, not really sure we're going to have any fall. Get some pretty blue skies, maybe some wispy clouds. We talked about all the heat today. And we'll see which team can bring the heat more as both teams finish a 7-game and 7-day stretch. You get a nice off day tomorrow before ramping things back up on Wednesday. Without further ado, let's get rocking and rolling here at the Gov. MJ Newsom alongside Aiden Blank. We're pleased to be with you on this fine Monday evening. And Hudson Shoup looks to please the Firebirds by getting things going in the leadoff spot. Left on left matchup to get us going. First pitch from Ferguson. Shoup fouls it away. First pitch, 7 minutes late, 6:07. Where everyone is still happy to be here. We are ready to play some baseball. Shoup digs in for the first time this evening. He waltzes in with a .250 line, 2 RBI. And that .250 line, Aiden, is one of the best batting averages on the team, if you could believe it. I mentioned this team just hits .188 as a squad. You're only going to see 3 guys, the top 3 guys in the order, hitting above a batting average of 200. 2-1 misses low. Francis Ferguson out to a bit of a rocky start. 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff second baseman. Shoup cracks it into right field for a base hit. A single for Hudson Shoup. The leadoff man is on, and Orleans takes the longest trip on the Cape. Gets to Falmouth, and they've got the fireworks going early.
Good piece of contact right off the bat. .94 miles an hour. That's a strong start. Again, for a team that struggles to hit the baseball, that's a good start for them.
Now it's Hadim Zhao. Talked all about him all pregame long. 343 hitter. Ferguson starts his first at bat with a strike. Zhao just 3 RBI so far. He's one of the more later arrivals on this Firebird squad. 0-1. Umpires tonight, Joe Cruz behind the plate, Jonathan Lamontna over at first, and Joseph Giacco manning the third base spot. Ball and a strike. Deep fly center field. Zion Rose back from Team USA, and he comfortably puts it away in the right center gap. Doesn't miss a beat for the 2 weeks he's been gone.
Good to see Zion back out there in center. Don't worry, Gavin Turley's in the outfield as well. But isn't that a nice sight to see? He played a lot of center before he left. Still have yet to see him catch since his return, but just good to see him, and he was hitting a good deal before he left as well. So you like to see him in that lineup.
First game back in the lineup as a Commodore for Zion Rose since he spent a couple of weeks down in Cary, North Carolina with Team USA. Aiden, you mentioned catching. One gone here is Bennett Markinson, the catcher, playing in just his 4th game this summer for the Firebirds.
Well, I don't really have the inside scoop on this. This is just me guessing. I'm assuming he's out in the outfield because Schiff had mentioned he was a little banged up back on the 4th of July. He said, Zion's coming back, but he's a little bit banged up, and that makes sense, right? He played a full season of college baseball, then comes out here, then goes to Team USA. I'm assuming they're just trying to ease him back. We'll probably see him catch, but maybe not right away. You're trying to ease him back a little bit, giving him a shot in the outfield instead of immediately throwing him behind the plate with all that gear, getting hit up again.
We'll take you through the defensive alignment after this batter. Scott Mudler is the one behind the dish. It's been him and Carson Bowen trading days since July 4th when Mudler made his first appearance with the Commodores. 3-0 to Markinson. And Ferguson changes the script as he pours a strike in. Markinson hails from Los Angeles, yet plays his college ball in Chicago at Northwestern. And he takes a 5-pitch walk, so now there's 2 on with just 1 away. Now we will take you through that defensive alignment for the Falmouth Commodores. I mentioned Zion Rose out in center field. Mulder behind the dish. We'll get you that in just a second. Next batter is Daniel Bucciero. Might be familiar with the last name. His brother Matthew played a handful of games this summer with the Commodores.
He was still on the roster last time these two met, right? I don't think he got in the game, but he was definitely on the roster.
The Bucciero Bowl, as we've dubbed it. It's a split 1-1 down the middle. Fouls it away, and he's down no balls and 2 strikes.
Booch ball.
And get some nice alliteration in there. Matthew and Daniel, twin brothers, yet decided they wanted to go their opposite ways for school. Obviously grew up together, played all their baseball together, from T-ball to high school.
Played their ball together where?
Down on strikes, Francis Ferguson with his first strikeout. They played together all growing up, from T-ball to high school.
They played in Ridgefield, Connecticut.
Take a look now at the defensive alignment for the Falmouth Commodores. We mentioned Zion Rose. Luke Gaffney's back at first base. He spent a healthy amount of games out in left field. Jason Jones finally back in at the corner spot in right.
Never miss an opportunity for a Connecticut shout-out here.
2 going, 2 aboard. Jack Gurovich digs into the plate. A good opportunity to get the Firebirds some runs early on. Couple of good-looking breaking balls. Francis Ferguson got a chance to get his last 2 outs with the punch-out. Gurovich, 174 hitter, 3 RBI so far this summer. He's got Hudson Shoup, the leadoff man, the healthy leadoff second. A lot of West Coast guys on Orleans. I mentioned Bennett Markinson, who stands off first after a walk. He's from Los Angeles. Gurovich, a native of the Pacific Palisades in California. That's west of downtown Los Angeles, so around the same part. And he plays his college ball down at the University of San Diego. 0-2 breaking ball. Finds the 4-hole for a base hit. Hudson Shoup rounds third. Jones drops it in right in the Firebirds, take an early 1-0 lead off an RBI single from Jack Gurovich.
Well, this is not the start you would envision for Francis Ferguson, especially given how the other 2 pitchers that you've thrown out of the bullpen have done the last 2 nights. Giving up an early run against this team and giving up hits, MJ, really. It would be one thing if it was, walks or something. It's just control issues. You should not be giving up hits against this team. You just can't.
Still 2 aboard with 2 gone, yet Orleans takes a 1-0 edge. Turns it over to Isaac Waxman. Aiden, you mentioned it. Ferguson continuing to struggle, finding the strike zone. He had Gurovich down no balls and 2 strikes. Threw another breaking ball, and Gurovich didn't miss the third. 1-0 home. Third base to carry, and he just tags the bag and gets the Commodores out of the field for the first time tonight. Firebirds strike first, ahead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the frame.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
Hi, I'm Francis Ferguson, a left-handed pitcher from the Falmouth Commodores, and you're watching Commodores baseball.
Hey, you saw Francis Ferguson pitch in the top of the first inning, and now let's meet the squad that's going to try to get him some run support. And it's a squad that has been kind of hit or miss so far this summer. We talked about Gavin Turley, the skyscrapers he's been hitting, but Jackson Willits in the leadoff spot. Man, can he find a way on base.
Leads the league in on-base percentage. He's right up there in average as well. Doesn't matter what he's doing at the plate, he always seems to find a way on, and that's exactly what you want out of your leadoff hitter. What an intelligent, really mature hitter he has become in just a first year of summer ball here.
Jackson Willits just finished up his freshman season at the University of Oklahoma. And the guy he's going to get a crack at first in the leadoff spot is the right-hander out of Georgetown, Cody Bowker, who has been one of the premier starters for the Firebirds this summer. And you can take a look at that ERA, 1.76, and look at the strikeout-to-walk ratio. Going to make any manager smile, especially Kelly Nicholson. 17 strikeouts and has issued just one free pass.
Yeah, he's not the pitcher that you're going to really jump on. If you could, that'd be great, but I mean, I will take that back, because the last time these two teams played here, I said this is a really good Orleans pitching staff, and it still is. And the Commodores jumped on him. You'd like to see that again here. Jackson. They do hit the ball very well at home.
Scored 7 runs in 6 innings the last time these two squads met. Bowker doesn't walk a lot of guys, but Jackson Willits walks a lot. He leads Cape Cod in walks. And you mentioned it, leads the league in on-base percentage and is second in batting average with a .354 line. And he's going to pick up another single here. It drops in the right center gap. And he takes a wide turnaround first, aggressive base running for Jackson Willits. And I spoke too soon. Thought it was just going to be a single. He said, hey, I'm going to make it a double. And Jackson Willits continues to prove why he is the Commodores' premier leadoff hitter.
Great hustle from the leadoff man. Again, exactly what you want out of that leadoff spot. Able to just put it all away. You're down by a run early, but that doesn't seem to phase this offense. I do think that's sometimes been a problem, MJ, in that, you know, a pitcher will give up a couple of runs and they'll kind of just go dormant, especially on the road. It did kind of seem like that was a problem last night. They went down 5-1, and it was like, well, they kind of shut off offensively. But if you can battle here, they should. And I will say, they battled well in these one-run games. In these close, they don't lose these close games, or at least haven't really since the early season when they lost to Orleans 1-0. It does feel like these close games, they do seem to find a way to pull away. It's these games where they give up the big inning and go down 4 or 5 runs. That's where they seem to struggle.
So 4-run 6 last night for Bourne, which really led to the loss. From second baseman to shortstop, Willits stands on second. Here's Gavin Keelan, the left-handed bat, headed to the University of Tennessee. Spent a couple seasons with Louisville. Ball and a strike. Keelan launches it down the right field line. And oh my goodness, it just curls foul. Ooh. That one was an absolute moonshot and would have been Keelan's first long ball of the summer.
He hit that ball to his new home in Tennessee. Holy smokes. Just need to straighten that out. Wow, what a nice swing that was.
Keelan coming off a 2-for-4 outing last night at Bourne.
Talk about home runs. It is time, MJ, to kind of start thinking about who your all-stars are going to be, who your home run derby participants are going to be. Kind of hard to keep Jackson Willits off that all-star roster, but I would say there are a couple of candidates here for the derby.
Trent Caraway, Gavin Turley, each with 2 homers this summer. Keelan puts some good wood into this baseball. A nice route, though, by Evan Griffiths in right field, but Keelan does the job. Jackson Willits tags from second, Now he's 90 feet away from tying this ball game up with just one away. Take a look here at the defensive alignment for the Firebirds. You just saw Evan Griffiths out in right field. We talked about Hadim Jow as well. He's in the DH spot, not playing middle infield tonight. Plenty of other good gloves out there, as well as Hudson Shoup at second. The infield creeps in already here in the bottom of the first inning. The guy that hits the baseball past the infield quite a good bit is Luke Gaffney. Gaffney, a .309 hitter this summer, leads the team in RBI with 11, and number 12 in Jackson Willett stands at third base. Chopper, left side. Bucciero just hucks it to first base, no play at home. It's a 12th RBI for Gaffney as Willets comes in to tie this game up at 1.
Perfect example of get him on, get him over, and get him in.
Team baseball from Keelan and Gaffney in the 2-3 spots, and now we see the cleanup man, Dylan Carey, swinging a red-hot stick as well. Muscles it right side past the diving glove of Hudson Shoup, a single into right field, and the Commodores have 2 hits already here in the home half of the first. Well, Aiden, you mentioned candidates for the home run derby. This man, Gavin Turley, might be at the top of the list for the Commodores. We talked all about it earlier. Big grand slam on Saturday against Chatham, which made the difference in a 4-3 win over the Anglers.
If you had to pick one, I'll tell you right now. Give me 2 to 3 All-Stars and 1 home run derby participant. Again, a lot can change, but if you're picking now.
You asking me that question?
Yeah, you get the ballot.
I get the ballot.
It's fan voting.
Carey's on the move for second, just underneath the tag. It's hard to pick 2 to 3 guys from our team.
There can be
especially
more.
one guy from the home run derby. Take another look at the Carey steal. Yeah, great jump.
I would expect only 1 for the derby, but there will be more than 2 to 3 likely for the All-Star game.
Well, I think you mentioned Jackson Willett's probably a prime candidate for that. Second in the league in batting average, first in on base percentage, and he had a double to get things going. Ball and a strike now to Turley. I think it's just a bit too tough to pick 2 to 3 guys right now. This team has really shown that anyone can come up in the clutch moment. Gavin Turley did it the other night. We've seen Dylan Carey do it multiple times late in the 7th inning and beyond. Trent Caraway, Zion Rose, Jason Jones, the list just goes on and on.
Well, in Zion's case, we'll have to look at the official rulings. You don't always know that he's eligible because you have to have played in a certain amount of games. That is, for smarter minds, mine's much smarter than us to figure out. We just get to report on it.
It's a 5-pitch walk to Gavin Turley. And there's now 2 ducks on the pond. Carey at second after the steal. Now Trent Caraway digs in, another guy that loves to launch the long ball. Has 2 home runs this summer, both here at Gov Fuller Field. First time we'll see a mound visit early on here, just the first inning. Cody Bowker got himself into a little bit of trouble on the first batter of the game. Willets doubled. Keelan flew out behind him to right field. Willets tagged to third. Some good team baseball, and as you alluded to earlier, Luke Gaffney then grounded out to third base, but it did bring home the run. And since then, you've got 2 base runners. Already a little bit of action up in the Orleans bullpen. Nothing serious. Maybe just a little stretching just in case Bowker gets into some serious trouble. There's already 16 pitches here in the bottom of the first. He's got to go through Trent Caraway. Off the inside of the bat. Shoot beats it up and over to first. And we're done here in the first inning. We got a couple of runs. One for the Firebirds, one for the Commodores. 2 hits apiece as we head to the top of the second.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away. Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
From all of us at Supreme Pizza, we would like to wish the Falmouth Commodores a great season.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood in Sun.
Top of the second here at Gov Fuller Field. Let's take a look at those Cape League standings. Tonight marks the halfway point of the summer, and Falmouth and Orleans both looking to make a push and get that 4th spot to make the playoffs.
Yeah, both are multiple games back. That's not something you want going into the last week of the season. You basically got 2 weeks, MJ, the way I see it, to cut this thing down to a game. And if you go in the last week down by 2 points, you got yourself a shot to make a run here.
Talked to John Schiffner yesterday. He was saying you got to win basically 2 out of every 3 games. Try and get that push. Take a look at Francis Ferguson, the starter tonight for the Commodores, making his first start in his 8th game. Got hit around just a little bit in the first inning. Hudson Shoup led things off with a single. He came around to score. Now it's bottom third of the order to begin the second. Loud contact on the first pitch and swing from Griffs. Zion Rose goes back, and all he can do is watch. It's been a slow start to the summer for Evan Griffs, just 2 for 26. But that third hit sure does feel sweet. His first home run of the summer gives the Firebirds a 2-1 edge here in the second. Take a look at that there. 401 feet, just the 7th home run of the summer as a squad for Orleans. But it comes at a great time on the road here in Falmouth.
MJ, that's second to last. And you almost gave one up to the team that's in last night in Bourne.
Next batter is the center fielder, Colin Tuft. He also, like Griffs, yet to have a long ball this summer. Ball and a strike, pitch from Ferguson. Mentioned Colin Tuft, also out to a slow start this summer. 161 line, has driven across just 1 run. Good chance to reach base. 3 balls and a strike, a hitter's count to the center fielder. Spent a couple seasons at the University of Virginia. Spent his last year at Tulane down in New Orleans. Three balls, 2 strikes, the count. Francis Ferguson looking for that first strikeout. He's also issued 1 walk. Correction, Ferguson does have a strikeout. He's looking for strikeout number 2. He got Daniel Bucciero down on strikes in the cleanup spot in the first inning. "3-2 again. And this time it's won by Francis Ferguson. That's That's the second strikeout for Fergie, and there's one away. Take another look here. Just a big bender out of the left arm. Hard for Tough to wait on it. Now we go to the bottom of the order. Lorenzo Miola. Big strike call from our home plate umpire, Joe Cruz. Hard shot to second. Nice snag by Willits. And there's two gone.
Well, Fergie has rebounded nicely from the home runs. Falmouth as a staff does have the knack to give up those long balls, but I do think that as the season has gone on, they've gotten better at working around them and saying, okay, it's one run. Really, it was a loud home run, but it really wasn't that bad.
Talk about loud. Hudson Shoup, some loud contact. His first strip around, he led the game off with a single. Right back to Willits. Routine play for the freshman, and we are done here in the top of the second. Evan Griffs, though, breaking himself out of a slump with a long ball. Firebirds strike again, now up by one as we go to the last of the second.
Right now, 3 of the top 8 league leaders in batting average play their home games right here in Falmouth, but none of them shine quite as bright during the 4th of July week as an outfielder recovering from food poisoning. Hi, Doors fans. I'm Ryan Martin, back here at the Gov for another Commodore Minute. For the week of July 1st, Oregon State's Gavin Turley is your Commodore of the week. Featured in center field for all 5 games this week, Turley went 4 for 13, a .307 average in the heart of the lineup. Turley had at least 1 walk in either a run or an RBI in each game as well. But it was his work with the long ball that set the returning door apart. At Katuitt on Thursday, Turley got the fireworks started early with a no-doubt nuke to left center in front of a 4th of July crowd at Lowell Park. And then 2 days later, he followed it up with an even bigger slam. It was the Commodores' first grand slam of the season on Saturday. Turley won the game with 1 swing, shooting his second homer on the summer over 430 feet to center in a momentous 1-run win. Now, the last Commodore to hit a grand slam before Turley was his Oregon State teammate Travis Bazzana last July. Bazzana is a top projected pick in this coming up MLB draft. Look for Turley to hear his name called a year from now, but continue shining tonight while he's our Week 3 Commodore of the Week.
And we're coming up on a big event here at the Gov. The Cape League All-Stars will shine once again on July 27th at Gov Fuller Field for the 2024 Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star Game. It's almost an action-packed day of All-Star Day festivities. Buy your tickets today at CapeCodBaseballStore.org.
2 weeks from Saturday, right?
Man, we're just talking about it on our open. I mean, this season is flying by. This is game 20. This marks the halfway point. I feel like you and I just met and we just started, but here we are, just chugging right along. Bottom third of the order to get the second half of the second underway. And we start with Zion Rose. Great to see Zion back in the lineup after spending a couple weeks down in Cary, North Carolina with Team USA. Rose down, no balls and 2 strikes. Cody Bowker looking for strikeout number 1. Rose has different plans. Slaps a base hit into right field. A single to get things going for the Commodores in the second. Well, it's been back-to-back leadoff base hits, a double for Willits, now a single for Zion Rose in the second. Commodores chasing a run after a home run in the top of the inning. And here's Jason Jones, the right fielder from Oklahoma State. Wade, and I'll tell you, Bowker's doing a really nice job of getting ahead on these Commodore hitters with first pitch strikes.
He's had that knack. All goes back to that 2-strike approach, right? something that we've heard about from this coaching staff literally since the first day we met them. Whoa.
Jason Jones now 0-2, like Zion Rose. Jones had a pinch hit at bat last night in place of Donovan LaSalle. He struck out to end the game in a 7-2 loss at Doran Park against the Bourne Braves. Rose a healthy lead over at first. And they see it. It's a pitch out. Nothing going, though, for the Louisville freshman. Jones a .263 line this summer. 4 RBI to his name. We've seen him play third, left field, and right field. Kind of playing all over the place for the Doors. Jones told me he's played mainly third base and left field at Arkansas. Said he really hasn't played a whole lot of right field until this summer. But he looked like a natural out there on Saturday against Chatham. Had a diving catch in the right center gap. Also found the right center gap with a bat. Had a double in a 1-for-3 game. Goes that way again. A little flare. It drops. Rose chugs around second for third. Back-to-back singles. They've got runners on the corners. And the Doors looking to tie this baby up once again.
Gotta love the battle that you're seeing from this lineup tonight, right, MJ? They're not going down easily. You know, they've given up runs in the first 2 innings. Fergie's worked around it. He's still working on putting up a clean inning, but the Doors have been able to just keep hitting. Don't seem very affected by it. Here's a guy we'd love to see start hitting.
Scott Mudler in his third game behind the plate, 0 for 7. 5 strikeouts as well. Big opportunity for that first base hit. Well, despite the struggles at the plate, Scott Mudler today feels right at home. A Georgia native was talking to me during batting practice about how the humidity just makes him feel comfortable in his own shoes. And that's saying something given this weather. Mother, a native of Johns Creek, Georgia. Went to Chattahoochee High School. Spent a couple seasons at Northwest Florida State College and just finished his junior year at the University of Oklahoma. Runner goes, Mudler fouls it away. He moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Runners on the corners. Leadoff single from Zion Rose and a single behind him for Jason Jones. 1-2. Pitch bounced to the dirt, scoots away from Martinson, and Zion Rose crosses the plate. Ties the game up at 2. Jason Jones on his way to second. And a costly pitching mistake by Cody Bowker.
Battle, battle, battle. Right? That's the mentality this team is taking tonight. And it's good to see. You know, this is an offense that should be able to match these other teams in the Cape Cod Baseball League, especially this one. You'd like to see them really flex that tonight. Say, it doesn't matter if we're going to give up 2 because we're going to score 2 just as easily. Oh, there you go.
Mother's got a chance to score the second in the inning. But Jason Jones is held up at third. A good throw from the right fielder, Griffs. But that's the first base hit of the summer for Scott Mudler. And he's now got runners on the corners yet again. Still nobody out. 3 straight singles.
Man, I don't know if you could have asked for a better first hit of the summer, right? That was just a clean piece of hitting.
Guys, can I get 4, please?
Really pretty to watch.
Conversation on the hill. Lineup turns back to the top. Jackson Willits got things going last inning with a leadoff double. Mound meeting breaks up. Bowker really needs to dig himself out of a hole, but it's tough to do it against Jackson Willits. Second in the league in batting average, tops in on base percentage, And if you've been watching a lot of our broadcasts this summer, you can tell Jackson Willits is using a new stick. Talked to him at batting practice today. It's a half-inch smaller than the bat he's accustomed to using. It's his younger brother's bat, but he told me it makes all the difference in the world. He said it's night and day, and this feels a lot quicker through the zone. It's a 33-inch bat. Willits ordinarily uses a 33.5-inch bat. Jones at third, Scott Mudler at first, and his Oklahoma teammate Jackson Willits at the dish. Willits was 0 for 2 last night in the 7-2 loss at Bourne. Scored a run and walked twice. We've talked about how patient he is at the plate. While leading the league in on-base percentage, he also leads the league in walks.
That home run from Evan Griffiths earlier in the game, longest of the season for the Firebirds, 402 feet to center field. One of the longer ones in the league, too.
Gavin Turley hit one 430 here at the Gov on Saturday against Chatham. Ball and a strike. Make it 2-1. Willits a chance to pick up his 6th RBI of the summer with a base hit. Just misses it upstairs. Level count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's been 3 straight singles to get us going here in the second. Rose singled the other way and came in to score. Jason Jones singled behind him. He's at third. Scott Mudler got his first hit of the summer. He's over at first. Two, high in the air to left field. Probably deep enough to score Jones. Walksman puts it away, and it is deep enough. Jackson Willits, sac fly to left field, his 6th RBI, and the Commodores take a 3-2 lead.
Francis Ferguson will be pitching with the lead in the top of the third for the first time in this game. That brings in a little bit of confidence, right?
Absolutely. Finally starting to see the Commodores string together some hits and runs. That's been kind of a problem so far this summer. Gavin Keelan, the next batter, he flew out to right field. Nearly hit his first homer of the summer in that at-bat. It just curled foul along the right field line. Mudler still at first. And going back to what I was saying about stringing together some hits and runs, Aiden, we've seen it really in the last handful of games. Friday at Brewster, a 6-run 4th. Really no more offense after that. Saturday it was enough. A 4-run 6th on Gavin Turley's grand slam, but after that, no more hits, no more runs. Keelan looking to avoid going 0 for 2. He's down a ball and 2 strikes. Commodore bats doing a nice job drawing out the pitch count of the starter Cody Bowker out of Georgetown. Bowker already at 39 pitches. This one will be the 40th. 2-2. Hard shot to first. To second for 1. Back to where it came from for 2. And just like that, the hit parade comes to a close as we end the second on a 3-6-3 double play. 3-2 though. Commodores get 2 off a couple of base hits as we head to the third on the Commodores YouTube channel.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
There's Francis Ferguson pitching with the lead for the first time tonight, thanks to the bats in the bottom of the second. Zion Rose, Jason Jones both came around to score. Rose, Jones, Mudler all picked up singles to begin the inning. Ferguson's got to go through a tough part of the order, though. 2, 3, 4, Jow, Markinson, and Bucciero. But he did a good job the first time around. Only walked one guy in that trio. It was Markinson, the catcher, in the 3-hole. 3-2 the score stands. Here as we begin the third. 5 hits for the Doors, 3 for the Firebirds. A lot of offense here at the Gov early on. Jow gets us going. Begin the last inning of the first third of the ball game. Jow will fly out to center field. His first trip around. Jow 1 for 3 game last night at Brewster. Drove in a run, walked twice, and struck out. 1-1 pitch. Outer half on a breaking ball. Francis Ferguson, a chance to strike out the Orleans Firebirds' best hitter in this lineup, at least statistically, coming in with a .343 line. Jow's got different plans. Pokes a base hit into right field, a leadoff single for the Firebirds. It is now 3 straight leadoff hits for Orleans. Shoup had it in the first. Evan Griffiths launched a home run in the second. And now Jow's got us going with a single in the third. Watch it again. Good 2-strike approach. And like I said, the best hitter statistically in this Firebirds bunch. Bennett Markinson, catcher due up now. He walked the last time he came up in the first inning. Ended up getting stranded over at second base. Two balls and no strikes to count to Markinson. Catcher out of Tarzana, California, just outside of Los Angeles, like I mentioned first time around. And interesting enough, he's a New York Giants fan, despite being from LA. But he does root for the Dodgers, so he does have some LA love. Playing his college ball in Chicago at Northwestern. Three balls and a strike to count now to the catcher. Jow leads off first after an a leadoff single. He's on the move. Ferguson works it back now to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Still nobody out. Three-two home. Markinson fouls it away. And Aiden, he's a tough player to strike out. This past spring at Northwestern, statistically, he was the 18th toughest player to strike out in the country. Had under an 8% strikeout rate. We've seen a lot of Cape League hitters draw out really good at-bats and continue to fight in the box. That's just what Markinson's doing.
And he's facing a Commodore pitching staff tonight that has walked the third least amount of, or beg your pardon, struck out the third least amount of hitters in this league. They're at 155. Orleans, ironically, is at 153, and then Harwich is at 141.
See the pitch count total there from Ferguson. This is 45th pitch of the evening. Just misses outside. It's the second time that Markinson has walked today. There's 2 aboard with nobody out.
Doors are also one of only 2 teams in this league that have allowed triple-digit runs among their pitching staff. Brewster's at 115, and Falmouth is second at 104. Bourne is at 98 right after that. Orleans actually has done really well in that category. They've only allowed 87 runs.
Already allowed 3 tonight to the Commodores. Daniel Bucciero a chance to get the Firebirds back in front. Got a couple of runners on. Hadim Jowan scoring position at second base. No balls and 1 strike the count to Bucciero, who struck out in the first. And he's in danger of doing it again here in his second go-around. No-2 coming. Hard hit on the ground. Carry to second for 1. Willett's the turn to first to Gaffney. How about that? 5-4-3 for 2.
Defense has actually been a little bit surprising here with clean baseball so far. That's not, to make fun of them or anything, but the infield actually, I don't know if you saw it, the infield's dry today, and it was looking, there were some very bad hops on both ends in I.O. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the Falmouth infield so far.
Gurovich drops a bunt down. This one's pretty. Down the first base line. Ferguson can't get it in time. The ball game tied once again as Jow crosses the plate. And a marvelous drag bunt for a single for Jack Gurovich.
I think he might have hit him. It looked like maybe he hit him in the back of the leg on the way down. Let's see. You're absolutely right, though. This is a great bunt. Perfectly placed. That thing, he had no chance. Yeah, I think he hit him.
We're tied once again. Orleans has now scored a run in each of the first 3 innings. Isaac Waxman digs in, the 5th batter of the inning. He grounded into a fielder's choice to end the first. Fastball down the pipe. No balls and 2 strikes to the 6'4", 220 sophomore from Xavier. No balls, 2 strikes. Ferg deals and blows a fastball by Waxman. 3rd punch out for Francis Ferguson. Seesaw battle at the Gov on a fine Monday night. Tied at 3, going to the bottom of the 3rd.
The best of the West and the beasts of the East. Coming to Falmouth this July, it's the 2024 Cape League All-Star Game, presented by Milton Cat. Come see the stars of tomorrow shine tonight with tickets on sale now at capecodleague.com.
Cape League Baseball is brought to you by 99 Restaurants, Hampton Inn, Baseball Cloud, Cape Cod 5, Franklin Sports, Milton Cat, T-Mobile, Yawkey Foundation, Netting Pros, Mosquito Joe of Plymouth Cape Cod, Nantucket Nectars, Veolia North America, Coca-Cola Beverages Northeast, and Del Mar Vacation Rentals.
A lot of fans in attendance on a bit of a hot but beautiful Monday night. Temperature has definitely cooled down since this afternoon. It's been a humid couple of days in Cape Cod. The July 4th traffic has exited the island. Still a lot of folks sticking around for some baseball, and it's been a fun one so far, Aiden. 3-3 the score between Orleans and Falmouth as we go to the last of the third. It's a good part due up. Middle third, Gaffney, Carey, and Turley for the Commodores.
Just got to try and keep hitting them, right? This is one of those nights where doesn't look like Fergie has great stuff. You hope to get maybe one more out of him. You're just going to have to score runs. And so far, the offense actually has shown that confidence. I'm happy with it.
This guy, Luke Gaffney, brought across the first run for Falmouth of the game. There's a ground out to the third baseman, Bucciero, and he brought home Jackson Willits from third base. Cody Bowker in for his third inning of work. Like Francis Ferguson, it's been a bit of a struggle. Sticks are swinging tonight on both squads. Ball and a strike. Fastball blown by Gaffney. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Gaffney was just named a second team, all freshman team across the country. Pops it up on the 1-2. Right behind the plate. Markinson has some room. No, he doesn't.
Here we go. Pay attention. Here we go, defense.
Aside from that, honor for Luke Gaffney. He was also the Big Ten Freshman of the Year at Purdue. Now going to Clemson. We talked about Ferguson's pitch count. Cody Bowker's taken up pretty high as well. This one coming up, we pitch number 46 here in just the third inning. For 4 game last night for Gaffney against Bourne. We're going to get back on track with a base hit in this one. Inside, foul tips it, and he's down on strikes for the first time tonight. And Cody Bowker's got his first strikeout of the evening.
It's got to be a confidence booster for him right after the first 2 innings, giving up 5 hits and 3 runs. I'm sure that's not how he envisioned his outing going after coming in with a sub-2 ERA. But he has retired the last 3 doors he's faced.
Carey tries to drop one down the third baseline. It heads foul. And this is something we've seen Dylan Carey work on at batting practice. Not exactly known for his drag bunting, but has really given it a try every time through. Wants to try to add it to his arsenal. We've seen him run. He's got some wheels. Has a couple of stolen bases so far this summer. A lot of ones on the board, a ball, a strike, and an out. Bottom of the third here at Gov Fuller Field. High fly ball into left center field. And the center fielder, Colin Tufts, ranges to his right to make the play for the second out. A strikeout and a fly out brings up a guy who is known for the big fly around this neck of the woods, Gavin Turley. Walked his first time up on 5 pitches. First pitch, spiked in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to Turley. Freshman All-American last year with the Oregon State Beavers. He had 309 this past spring. Average went down a little bit, but the power numbers, man, they rocketed up. 19 homers from 14 a season prior. At 74 RBI as opposed to 46 as a freshman. And he led for Oregon State in the home run category his freshman year with 14. 2-0. Off the inside of the bat, falling quickly into center field, And the center fielder, Tuft, cannot hang on to it. The sun becoming a bit of an issue as it continues to set. Gavin Turley reaches base. It's an error credited to Tuft in center field.
Those are the toughest ones to take, right? The ones that you feel like, oh man, it was in my glove. You know, whatever's out there, it does look like the shadows are starting to creep towards center field, but feels like, man, I had that baseball.
Sunset's really behind the third base dugout here at Gov Fuller Field. And you can see center field out there, plenty of sun in it. From Beaver to Beaver, we move down the order to Trent Caraway. He ended the first with a ground out to the second baseman, Shoup. Looking to pick up his first base knock of the evening. Runner goes. Throw down in time. Yes, it is. Markinson to Shoup, and we are done in the third as Gavin Turley tries to rob second, but the Cops got him. 3-3, we're tied after 3. Headed to the fourth on the Commodores YouTube channel.
The best of the West and the beasts of the East. Coming to Falmouth this July, it's the 2024 Cape League All-Star Game, presented by Milton Cat. Come see the stars of tomorrow shine tonight with tickets on sale now at CapeCodLeague.com.
Cape League Baseball is brought to you by 99 Restaurants, Hampton Inn, Baseball Cloud, Cape Cod 5, Franklin Sports, Milton Cat, T-Mobile, Yawkey Foundation, Netting Pros, Mosquito Joe of Plymouth Cape Cod, Nantucket Nectars, Veolia North America, Coca-Cola Beverages Northeast, and Del Mar Vacation Rentals.
Oh, it's that time of the night. Doors trivia in the top of the fourth. It's a short question tonight, but it could be a tough one to answer. Who was the Commodores' first Hall of Fame inductee? We know Jeff Trundy will be inducted in November, but who was the very first one? And this is the 101st year of the Commodores, so this one, you might have to dig deep in the history books.
I'm guessing at this point. I'm saying C.
I will squad ride C with you.
Okay.
We're going to see what the answer is
in
the bottom of the fourth.
I guess, right?
We are in this together, as we always are, here up at Pat's Loft. Take a look at that home run from Evan Griff, just his third hit of the season. And it's a big fly. He leads the inning off, and he led the inning off in the second in that fashion.
Doors as a team have now allowed the third most home runs of anybody in the league. Not a category you want to be high in the league in.
Francis Ferguson in for inning number 4. No action in the Commodores bullpen, letting the starter work. Griffs pops this one up, falling quickly away from Jason Jones. A sliding catch into the seats. Jason Jones for the first out here in the fourth. Take another look at it. Trouble initially off the bat. Jason Jones with the wheels. Loses the cap in the process. A little showtime for the fans down the right field line. And now Jason Jones, it's not the ball he just caught. He's going to go get one and just toss it over the fence. Why not?
We got to get a camera back there one of these nights and actually watch one of these games. Do they need broadcasters?
We could fill in for a game back there. A lot of our young fans like to go out behind the right field fence and play a little game of wiffle ball, as we did back when we were younger.
Maybe one night we should go out there and they should be the broadcasters. They call the game, we'll go play wiffle ball.
Hey, you tell me to play wiffle ball, I'll be there. I miss those days playing wiffle ball. Ball and no strikes to count to Colin Tuff, the center fielder. Tuff's a strikeout victim in the second. Waves through a breaking ball here. A ball and 2 strikes. .279 hitter this past spring at Tulane. Doubled 11 times, hit a couple of triples, launched 12 homers as well. Blows through a fastball, down on strikes for the second time tonight. He had the team worst 64 strikeouts for the Green Wave this past spring, and it's bleeding over here on a Monday night matchup with the Commodores.
Fergie settled down a little bit after the single from Jow and the walk to Markinson. 4 straight retired. This should be 5.
Playable for Jones, a little bit easier than the first one he made on that slide. Lorenzo Meola flies out to conclude at the top of the 4th. Fergalicious. Fergie's cooking on the hill. His first goose egg of the night.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away. Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
From all of us at Supreme Pizza, we would like to wish the Falmouth Commodores a great season.
Cape Cod Baseball is brought to you by Take Care Cape Cod, Mass State Lottery, Cape Cod Healthcare, Kinlan Grover Compass, Sullivan Tire, Badger Sports, Cape Destinations, OT Sports, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce, Highline Cruises, Cape Cod Resort and Spa, Sports Picks, Axis Bat, Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce, Sunderland Printing, and Bluebird Hotels. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Bottom of the 4th, time for that trivia answer, and Aiden, you and I miss once again.
We were in it together, didn't work out.
Mike Flanagan, the Commodores' first Hall of Fame inductee. I mentioned you'll see head ball coach Jeff Trundy inducted in November. Bottom of the 4th, let's get things going. 6, 7, 8, Caraway, Rose, and Jones. Trent Caraway digs in. He stood in the box back in the 3rd inning. Watch his buddy Gavin Turley try to rob second base, but the cops were on scene.
Both of these pitchers have really settled down after those, first 2.5 innings were really dramatic and saw a lot of runs. Since then, it's kind of just been this low-key kind of inning. Both of these pitchers have really settled into a groove.
Up the elevator shaft it goes, and down the chimney into Colin Tuff's glove for the first out of the inning.
So Mike Flanagan is a former major leaguer. All-Star in 1978, won the World Series in 83, Cy Young Award winner in 79, leader in MLB wins in 79. Part of a combined no-hitter. He's in the Baltimore Orioles Hall of Fame. It's a great little nugget that Braden found.
One away, Zion Rose digs in the box for his second time. He singled into right field in his first at-bat back with the Commodores. I mentioned he's been gone for a little while with Team USA, but he really left his mark back on June 23rd against Harwich in his final game with Falmouth. He went 3 for 5. Launched a home run, had a triple, had 5 RBI, scored 2 runs as well, was just a double shy of the cycle. 1-1. Rose, hard contact, it goes down the left field line, past the diving glove of Bucciero. The speedy Rose around first, into second, tried to swim, but a good tag by Hudson Shoup, and there's 2 away.
I like the effort, but I'm not sure you needed to go to second base there.
Look at the hustle on the box.
Man. He had the speed. The hit wasn't in the right spot for that, man.
Maybe
he almost got a hand in there, too. He split the hands apart. He almost got one in there.
Maybe a little hesitation around first. but definitely a learning lesson. A good piece nonetheless. 2 away. Jason Jones digs in. He had a single back in the second. You saw Jason Jones, a little acrobatic action in right field in the top of the inning. The sliding catch to get things going.
It will go down as a hit for Zion, which means he is 2 for 2 since returning to the doors.
Rose on a little bit of a tear early on. Jones looking to join him. Had a single in the second. Like I said, he came around to score. Ball and 2 strikes. Cody Bowker looking to pick up his second punch out and get off the hill and back in the dugout. And he blows it by him. Jason Jones down on strikes, and we're done here in the 4th. Still knotted at 3 apiece. The first inning where we have seen no runs come across. See if that stays the same or changes as we go to the 5th.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
Well, we talked about the Cape Cod Baseball League Hall of Fame, and our trivia question in that 23rd induction class of the Cape Cod Baseball League Hall of Fame is set. It features the likes of Andrew Calica, Pat Neshek, Nick Senzel, Brick Smith, Todd Helton, as well as Falmouth's own Todd Cunningham and Jeff Trundy. The ceremony is set to be held on November 17th, beginning at 9 a.m. at the Wequassett Inn, located in Harwich. So buy your tickets today by visiting CapeCodLeague.com. Don't miss your chance to witness some Cape League history. We're still knotted at 3 as we enter the top of the 5th. Francis Ferguson remains on the hill. That bullpen's still dormant for the Commodores. Ferguson looking for his longest outing of the summer. It was off to a bit of a shaky start. He's given up a run, at least 3 innings, the first 3, and then put up a big goose egg in the 4th. Top of the order due up. Hudson Shoup, Hadim Jow, and Bennett Markinson taking a crack at the starter, Fergie, 3rd time around through the order. Left on left to get us going in the 5th. Breaking ball upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. 1 for 2 effort so far for Hudson Shoup. He singled and scored in the 1st. Grounded out to Willits at second in the 2nd. Pokes one in the direction of Keelan at short, and it drops over his head into left field, a base hit. Second leadoff single of the night for Hudson Shoup. He's got a 2-hit night, 2 for 3 line.
Perfectly placed hit. You couldn't have put that in a better spot in the ballpark to grab a single. Nobody really had any play at it. Keelan made a little bit of a backhanded attempt, but no shot.
Saw another look at it there. Hadim Jow now digs into the right side. Chopper third base over the glove of Dylan Carey. Shoup speeds around second. Throw into second base, not in time. A double for Hadim Jow, and oh my goodness, the Firebirds striking with a couple of base hits here in the 5th.
I suppose it's just bad luck that you've run into this team on the maybe one night of the year that they're really hitting the baseball well.
Already 7 hits for the Firebirds in this one. 6 for the Commodores. Still tied at 3, but that can change quickly. Bennett Markinson with one swing can give the Orleans Firebirds a lead back. It's been a couple of walks for Markinson today, just in his 4th game this summer with the Firebirds. Comes in hitting 400, just 2 for 5. Not a whole lot of plate appearances for the catcher out of Northwestern. Fouls it back, and we're even at a ball and a strike. Mentioned Markinson, a Los Angeles native, went to Harvard Westlake School, a very notorious high school in the Los Angeles area. Didn't just play baseball, but man, he really got it done in the classroom, hence why he's at Northwestern. 4.5 GPA, graduated with cum laude honors. A ball and 2 strikes now to the Brainiac. Fights it away. Keep it here at a ball and 2 strikes. Well, outside the classroom, obviously he excelled. Big reason why he's playing Division I baseball. He won a state championship his senior year. He had 417. Mentioned hitting 400 right now through 3 games. 1-2 again. Squares him up in the back. Ferguson now has the bases loaded, and there is action down in the Falmouth bullpen. Edward Hart, the lefty at a Duke, getting loose.
Last time he pitched 2 nights ago for the Doors, and he pitched really, really good. Bases loaded here, though. You really got to get out of this. You don't want to lose that lead again. 5th inning Fergie, though. It's been a good day for him up until this point.
Daniel Bucciero digs in with the bases loaded. Mentioned it's Francis Ferguson's first start of the summer. All other games, 7 of them, has come out of the bullpen. In a unique situation, now in for his 5th inning of work. This would be a big strikeout if he can get it. Bucciero down 0-2. He struck out for the first time in the 1st inning, one of 3 strikeouts that Ferguson has recorded. Otsu. Bucciero finds the 6-hole. Shoops in. Jowls waved around. Throw not even to the plate. It's cut off. A 2 RBI single for Bucciero. And Orleans gets back in front now by 2.
He's catching barrels with this team, and it's just disappointing given how dominant he usually is out of the bullpen. I think he might be waiting for the pitching change here. I guess he's going to continue.
Falmouth pitching coach Mike Landry leaving his starter on the hill, at least for the time being. Mentioned Edward Hart down the right field line, getting loose. Gurovich at the dish, shows an early bunt. Butler back to second. Ooh, that one was close. Keelan nearly got him. Still nobody out in the inning. Gurovich, our 5th hitter in the 5th. Well, no. Kelly Nicholson opting to go with a sacrifice situation. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Can move both those runners to scoring position and have just one away. Popped up. And Mudler got a beat on it. Nice little basket catch for the first out, and all of a sudden, your sack bunt plant's kind of spoiled. Take another look at it. The top of the bat. Nice job by Mudler to get out of his crouch quickly. One gone, runners on first and second. Isaac Waxman with an 0 for 1 day at the dish. First pitch, spiked in the dirt, rolls to the backstop, and now you got both your runners in scoring position with just one away. Ferguson had a chance to get helped out with a ground ball. Maybe a double play would have gotten him out of it, but now he's got to work with two guys in scoring position, just one gone. Waxman, a .330 hitter this past spring at Xavier. Drove in 20 runs. Infield in for the Commodores. 75th pitch coming up for Francis Ferguson. And it's a strike. Two one. Waxman whacks it. No doubter into left center. First hit of the summer, and it's a long ball for Isaac Waxman, and the Firebirds open the floodgates in the fifth. 8-3 on top of the doors.
So, MJ, this team just came in with 6 home runs on the season, and they've hit 2 in this game. There's not really much more you can say. That kind of just tells you the day that Orleans is having at the plate and the day that the Doors have had on the mound.
The day is done for Francis Ferguson. We're going to see Edward Hart out of the bullpen, the Duke lefty reliever. And we'll step aside for a few moments. A lot of fireworks, 5 runs in the fifth so far for the Firebirds.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Francis Ferguson's day comes to a close. 8 earned runs, 9 hits, 3 strikeouts, and now his buddy Edward Hart looking to minimize the damage.
The remote pitch clock not working. Somebody.
You see 5 games so far this summer. A low ERA, 1.13 across 8 innings pitched. And Aiden, right now, all Edward Hart's got to do is just keep runs off the board and hope the Commodores can start getting those hits and runs they need.
Offense hasn't been bad tonight. Offense is actually hitting pretty well, so I suppose that's the plus here. But man, this is frustrating. There's not really. We're gonna dissect this a lot throughout the rest of the broadcast as to what happened to allow this to go on. But this team should not be scoring 8 runs or getting 9 hits off you.
We'll give you a little recap so far of the fifth. It started at the top with Hudson Shoup. Led off for the second time with a single. Right behind him, Jow, a bouncing baseball over the glove of Dylan Carey. Down the line for a double. Benedict Markinson was hit in the back on a 2-strike pitch. That loaded the bases. Bucciero singled. And then Isaac Waxman hit a deep 3-run homer into left center after Jack Gurovich popped out to Scott Mother, the catcher. So the good news for Edward Hart, he comes in with the bases cleared, can breathe a little bit on the hill. And you can take a look at the line from Francis Ferguson, as I just mentioned. 4 1/3, 9 hits, 8 earned runs, couple of walks, and 3 strikeouts. Hart's first batter he faces is Evan Griffs. He's got a home run tonight. Griffs had that home run in the second. In the fourth, he flew out to the right fielder, Jason Jones. Hard hit baseball again. Back in the direction of Jones, yet it's on the ground. A single for Evan Griffs. And man, the hits just continue to come. Now 10 for the Firebirds across the first 5 innings at the plate.
Not weakly hit baseballs either. Everything really has caught a barrel. 81 miles an hour, but it also was struck into the ground, so it lost some speed from there. But this is frustrating, MJ, because this is a team that you should be beating.
Well, every guy in this Orleans order has now reached base once, except for these bottom 2 guys. Colin Tuft up right now in the 8 spot. Lorenzo Miola behind him in the 9 spot. A ball and no strikes. Runner goes. Well, the rifles down to second. Just a bit too late. Evan Griffs in with a stolen bag. Colin Tuft, a strikeout victim twice tonight. At half of Ferguson's strikeouts, he finished with 4. Orleans, you saw it, 4 batters now with 2+ hits. And this one runs well over the head of Mother to the backstop. Extra 90 feet for Evan Griffs. Infield once again creeps in for the Doors. Keelan playing all the way in the 6 hole, standing probably 10 feet away from Dylan Carey to the pull side of the righty Tuft. Willits and Gaffney over on the right side, you can see it. Pretty much normal depth. 2-1. Colin Tuft, a guy that played with Orleans last summer. He had 224, couple of doubles, couple of homers. And he strikes out for the 3rd time. Big bender from Edward Hart, and that's a big second out here in the 5th. Colin Tuft still looking to get that first base hit, at least reach base for the first time tonight. I mentioned he's one of 2 guys yet to do that. Lorenzo Miola, this guy, the other one. Flies it into right. Jason Jones camps underneath. And we are done after 9 batters here in the 5th inning. 5 runs come off the Orleans bats thanks to Isaac Waxman. Deep fly to left center. Commodores got some work to do the remainder of this one.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away. Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
From all of us at Supreme Pizza, we would like to wish the Falmouth Commodores a great season.
Cape Cod Baseball is brought to you by Take Care Cape Cod, Mass State Lottery, Cape Cod Healthcare, Kinlan Grover Compass, Sullivan Tire, Badger Sports, Cape Destinations, OT Sports, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce, Highline Cruises, Cape Cod Resort and Spa, Sports Picks, Axis Bat, Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce, Sunderland Printing, and Bluebird Hotels. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Bottom 5 here, Falmouth trailing Orleans 8-3. MJ Newsom alongside Aiden Blank It's always a 6 o'clock start here at the Gov, at least it has been for the past few seasons. But Braden, it didn't always used to be that way, did it?
Yeah, that's right, MJ. We talk so much about the Cape Cod Baseball League and a lot of the changes that's happened over recent years. Falmouth was actually the first team to host a night game in the history of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Back in 1939, they welcomed in a Barnstable team, brought in portable lights, and played at the Falmouth Heights Field down by the beach. And guys, the lights weren't the brightest back then, but they had lights before Wrigley Field. The way that the story goes is that the lights were so bad and it was still dark out, the Barnstable scorekeeper had to ask then manager Pete Harmon how to score a routine line drive knocked down by the infield. And the skipper's response was make note of the fact that he got through that play alive. So you see, guys, it's been a long road since night games became a regular here on Cape Cod, and still to this day, there's still 3 teams that don't have lights in Katuitt, Whitey, and Brewster, and at least in recent weeks, darkness being an issue. And again, Falmouth kind of leading the charge on that. And as I mentioned, 1939, the first time Falmouth played with lights. The Chicago Cubs, Wrigley Field, they didn't get lights until 1988. So a little bit of a history lesson there for you, Aiden. But again, it's still a topic of conversation when you talk about the 3 fields that don't have lights and how that affects their games going today. Back to you guys.
Well, how about that for some Doris history? Thank you very much, Braden. Appreciate it as always. Single out to right. Good start to the inning for Scott Mudler, who has got himself a chance for 2, and he's got a double. Mudler legs it out on a 3-1 count. Single and a double after coming in hitless, and the Oklahoma catcher has started to find a little bit more comfort here at Gov Fuller Field. Leadoff double, turns it over for Willits, and before that we're going to see a pitching change. Day is done for Bowker. Exits having thrown a pair of scoreless and with a runner on first base here in the bottom of the 5th. Let's break, and we'll tell you about the New Orleans hurler when we come back.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Back here at the Gov, Orleans and Kelly Nicholson go to the bullpen after a pretty good outing from Cody Bowker. They're going to Alex Kranzler, righty out of Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt has sent a couple of players up to the Birds in recent days, or recent years, I should say. You know, MJ, we talk so much about these schools that develop the pipeline. Vandy has a little bit of one. Couple of teams on the Cape, but Kelly Nicholson is one of those guys, and he sent he's been able to grab Kranzler, who has just thrown really, really well this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when there's no runs at all allowed, that's what you like to see. I mean, the strikeout to walk ratio, maybe not the best thing to see. When you're not giving up runs, that's what you're happy about. That's your job as a pitcher. Come in, eliminate the runs, and let your offense do the work.
No runs allowed in his first 4 outings of the summer. And now he faces the part of this Falmouth lineup that really should be the toughest, but is not today. Willits has a hit. Outside of that, the top third of this lineup is 1 for 6. Willits, Keelan, and Gaffney. Final line on Boker there. He is not in line for a win. Could not get himself through the 5th, but good enough outing nonetheless. His offense has backed him up, which I'm sure, again, for an Orleans pitching staff that's really not used to that, has to feel pretty good.
Absolutely, and you mentioned the top third of the order for Falmouth not being its usual self. Obviously, the hits aren't exactly there, but you've produced at least 2 runs in the form of RBIs. Jackson Willits a sac fly in the 2nd, and Gaffney brought Willits home in the 3rd.
All right, so here's Willits. Should move the runner up. On a little ground out to first base. Does his job. Gets Mudler to third. Gonna have to go one run at a time with this comeback.
And you nailed it right on the head. You don't have to get it all back in this inning. Now, Falmouth is known this summer for having that big inning, so maybe it's still coming. But you still got plenty of innings and outs to work with. Just got to find it one at a time. But it starts right here, Aiden. A runner at third, less than 2 outs. You got to find a way to bring Mudler home.
We did note in storylines about what happened last night with Chatham. Sorry, we didn't, but we should have noted in storylines what happened with Chatham, which they were down by quite a bit last night, came back and won it. No lead is safe in this league, especially with Falmouth hitting as well as they have. Keelan dancing off the plate went around. Kranzler, one of the youngest guys on this Orleans team, 19 years old, popped up behind the plate. Markinson has it, sliding behind the dish. F2 for the second out here in the fifth.
That's a tough break there for Gavin Keelan. A prime opportunity to drive in a run and really just misses that pitch off the top side of the bat. But now if you're Luke Gaffney, you got to try to do what you did in the first. He grounded out when he got the RBI. This time you're going to have to get it through the infield.
Kranzler, a rising sophomore. 4.43 ERA over 20 and a third in his opening season with the Doors. The other Doors. Gaffney is 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out, with Willits and Keelan being retired already. This is by him, and it allows Scott Mudler to come on down. Big run. Cuts that down to a 4-run game. Again, all you need is a little rally, and all of a sudden you're back in this thing. Gaffney now hitting with the bases empty, and he's ahead in the count.
Like I said, Aiden, no need to panic right now. You're down 4 runs, which is a significant amount, but you've done it a lot of times where you scored 4+ runs in an inning. Your pitching just has to be that much better now.
2-1.
You gotta swing, Joe!
Gaffney halfway out of the box, now signaled back. You talked about his strikeout to walk ratio here, but at Vanderbilt it was real good. 24 strikeouts, only 11 walks. He did hit 5 batters, but that's a very, very good ratio. He'd like to get back to that. Count remains full here on Gaffney. Three and 2 to the righty. Doors chasing 4. And that changeup just got right past the bat of Luke Gaffney for the final out of the inning. Doors do get a run back on a hit. They got a lot of work to do. Going to the 6th here in the Cape League.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away. Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
From all of us at Supreme Pizza, we would like to wish the Falmouth Commodores a great season.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sun.
Take a look at some of the events coming up. This is a big one. We're looking forward to it. July 13th. That is, Saturday. We'll be there. 10 a.m. to noon, a special event with the PAL and the Commodores. It's free. No reason not to be there if you're between the ages of 5 and 12. And we certainly hope you will be. We'll be there. We'd love to see you.
And it's not only free, but snacks are provided. That's got me right there. Free snacks, are you kidding me?
Gotta love that. Bennett Markinson, first to hit. Fouls it away. Or rather, this is Shoop. Top of the lineup here in the 6th. He smacks one out to right. Jones on a back pedal for the first out.
Aiden, I said it earlier, it was a hot, sunny day leading into this one, but all of a sudden some clouds room, and I do see a little bit of fog out there. Remember the last time these two teams met, we had a fog out after 6 innings, so blame it on Orleans for just bringing the fog with them. Don't think it's going to be too much of an issue, but I do see it out in the distance.
It's the tricky part with fog, you never know. It'll get you when you least expect it. Edward Hart is out for his first full inning. Rocky end to his first partial inning. He's got himself into a good start here, though. 2-strike count on a guy who has been so hard to get out in Hadim Jow. 1-2. Back where it came from. Base knock for Jow. Maybe I jinxed him. Another hit on the day for the Firebirds super slugger. I think you might have jinxed us. Here comes the fog.
It's rolling in right before our eyes, man. But back to Jow. I mean, what a day he's had. He got off to a bit of a slow start with a fly out to Zion Rose in center field, but since then it's been single, double, single. He has been the guy in this order.
Ball 1 to Bennett Markinson. Runner takes off. The throw down. On the money. Goodbye, Hadim Jow. Taking off the bases. Once again, Scott Butler really growing into the role.
Well, you saw it on that replay. It might have been a little bit of a slow start for Hadim Jow. He initially took off, then kind of peeked in and shut things down momentarily and then kept going. If he's on a full sprint on that first move, I think he's there. But you said it, Aiden. Great throw by Mudler to his Door teammate and Sooner teammate, Jackson Willits.
Rolled over to third. Markinson has earned 3 free passes, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. Well, the fog is most definitely here. The question now is it going to set? We can feel it blowing in here.
And it's crazy just how quickly the weather changed. I mean, we started this game just after 6 o'clock. Beautiful blue skies, sun shining down, then all of a sudden, here comes some dark gray clouds and a lot of misty fog.
Remember when it was too hot? Like
crazy.
15 minutes ago?
It's been a crazy evening.
To second, friendly hop for Willits. They got him. All right. Pretty clean inning for Edward Hart. Gives up a single, works around it. Doors chasing 4. Going to last the 6th.
The best of the West and the beasts of the East. Coming to Falmouth this July, it's the 2024 Cape League All-Star Game, presented by Milton Cat. Come see the stars of tomorrow shine tonight with tickets on sale now at CapeCodLeague.com.
Cape League Baseball is brought to you by 99 Restaurants, Hampton Inn, Baseball Cloud, Cape Cod 5, Franklin Sports, Milton Cat, T-Mobile, Yawkey Foundation, Netting Pros, Mosquito Joe of Plymouth Cape Cod, Nantucket Nectars, Veolia North America, Coca-Cola Beverages Northeast, and Del Mar Vacation Rentals.
Welcome back, Doors and the Birds, here on a foggy Monday night. Isn't this something?
This is something else, given that it was probably the hottest day in Falmouth this summer just about, 2-3 hours ago.
Feels nice now.
It does. It was humid. It was hot. We were sweating earlier, and now all of a sudden it's cool, and the sun nowhere to be seen.
Day began with a power outage in the back of our broadcast booth and may end with a non-9-inning baseball game. Doors definitely need all 9 tonight. I think we can safely say that. They're going to need every one of these 9 innings to try and come back here. See your center field cameras already loving the fog. This is hit towards the gap. It's a problem for Dylan Carey. Leadoff double for DC to start the bottom of the 6th. He doesn't care about the fog. That gap has been very friendly to the Doors recently, especially in these fog games. He's got 2 hits on the day and turns it over to Gavin Turley, who's yet to be set down.
Aiden, this is the part of the order where you got to make some noise. Leadoff double for your cleanup guy. You got sluggers Turley, Caraway, Zion Rose, and Jason Jones due up. Scott Butler on the 9 holes also reached twice tonight.
I kid you not, there is a dense fog advisory here in Falmouth. These conditions are expected by 8 p.m. It is 7:50. They're early. Severity is allegedly moderate. Possible threat to life or property? This is all per the National Weather Service. Visibility 1/4 mile or less is expected. That's what qualifies as dense fog. It's in Barnstable, Dukes, and Nantucket counties. Also in Rhode Island and Block Island. So it is not just a Falmouth thing. This is affecting a lot of places, probably around the Cape. Expected until the advisory is in place till 11 a.m. tomorrow. More action in the Orleans bullpen. That's Brayden Quinn. Back towards the middle, stab at second. They can't get it over to first. They're going to give Gavin Turley the hit, and runners go to the corners. The Doors are in business, MJ.
I think that's the right scoring decision. I mean, this one was a laser off the bat. A tough play, too, up the middle for Shoup. You can see him there just kind of knock it down. But how about Gavin Turley on base now, all 3 at-bats? And like I said, this is the time when you strike.
Here's Caraway. Fog is a little bit better in person than it is on that screen. Certainly much more visible.
Well, just thinking ahead right now, Aiden. As you see Allen warming up, this is the time where you maybe want to try and strike for that one big inning. Falmouth's known for it.
So per Braden Shank, the visibility is good in left field. You can see the baseball, certainly not as bad as the last game that Orleans and Falmouth played. We ended that in 5. Doors won it 7-1. And if you remember, that one run was really caused by the fog. Tam Tracy dropped the ball in center. He would not normally have dropped. Hit to the right side. Only play is to first. Run gets in. RBI for Trent Caraway. They sacrifice it out, but there's only one in the inning, and now Zion Rose, who's had himself a really good day coming back from Team USA, has got a chance to make it even closer. Look at how quickly this game turned. It was 8-3, and now it's 8-5.
Really productive out for Trent Caraway. Soft enough on the right side where you couldn't go to 2, and that run comes home.
Rose 2 singles in his return to Gov Fuller Field. Bottom of this lineup has really been cooking. Rose, Jones, and Mudler have only been retired once. Right side, Shoup in the fog, and he's got it. Now it's Jason Jones.
Well, those fly balls are going to begin to become a lot harder to see. As this ball continues to roll in, that's a tough play for Shoup. Backpedaling up against the lights, the fog, and the sky. Nothing easy about that play.
Jones a single and a strikeout, scored a run as well. Jones and Butler, 8 and 9 hitters, 3 for 4, with 2 runs scored combined. And we talked about the struggles that Willits, Keel, and Gaffney have had in the top third of this order. The bottom third has been good. Very, very strong, and Scott Mudler has already got his batting average drastically increased. Jones with a runner out there. Into a hitter's count. Towards the middle, going to be trouble. It's into center field. Turley wants to score. Turley will score without a throw. 8-6. Here comes Falmouth.
Well, even though you still got a little ways to go, Aiden, I like the way the scoreboard looks offensively. You got 10 hits now just here in the 6th inning, and look how you strung together the hits and runs. That's what we've been talking about. Sure, you don't have all 6 in one inning, but it's been a nice, steady offensive day. Quick outing for Kranzler.
10 hits, and 6 of them have come from the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. You've also seen 3 of your 6 runs come from that group as well. Good day for the Doors at the plate. Now the question, can they get over this hump? They're only down 2, and the tying run is at the plate. Let's take a break and meet the next Orleans bullpen arm coming up.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly options. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Here's Joe Allen coming out of the bullpen from Clemson. And MJ, he just has to settle down these Doors bats. Seems like a simple task, but man, they've been cooking.
Like I said before we went to break, it's a nice, steady offensive day for Falmouth. You got 6 runs, 10 hits, and you've scored in all but 2 innings. You do still need 2 more, and you might need them quick, Aiden. That fog getting thick and thick and thick, but you got to keep the production coming. So yeah, they're 2 gone. You got a guy on first base, and Scott Mother's got a couple knocks tonight. Then you get to the top of the order. You're feeling good about yourself. Joe Allen has been a bit of a struggle when it comes to the earned runs.
Joe's a local product out of Hampton Falls, New Hampshire. Long reliever and spot starter in his first 2 seasons with the Tigers, so you could use him in a bevy of ways here. If you're Kelly Nicholson, I think ideally if he's got the stuff, you're going to use him the rest of the way. But that's a lot of baseball to be throwing. 3-0 record through his 2 seasons with Clemson. I beg your pardon, 1-0 record in the spring. 4-0 overall. 3.94 ERA his freshman season, but that jumped up to 6.35 in his sophomore campaign. He's going to face a red-hot Scott Mudler, who has started to hit, and he is hit in a big way. Allen works a fastball 90 to 92, changeup 82 to 84, and a sweeping slider 78 to 82 in this fog. And with the way the Doors have hit the breaking ball, you may have to watch out for that. He goes fastball to start the at-bat. Oh, 1. Number 1 player in New Hampshire in his high school season. Gatorade Player of the Year as a senior. Spent last summer in the NECBL, was a NECBL champion with the Newport Gulls. 13 appearances, 13 innings pitched. 10 runs allowed, 10 strikeouts, a 6.92 ERA. 2 strikes on Mudler. Here's that breaking ball we heard about in the scouting report. Deuces have gone wild. Another 2-strike pitch. Mudler fights it off. Down by 2, Mudler is the tying run here, believe it or not. Entered this inning down 8-4. You were down 8-3 at one point in this game. What a great at-bat worked here by Scott Mudler again. One of the newest Doors. He's really worked himself. A great at-bat here in the bottom of the 6th, representing the tying run. Jones takes off. It's off the mound. Butler chugging down to first, and it's in time. Joe Allen recovers, gets the last out of the inning. The Doors have made this thing a baseball game. It is a 2-run game. We're going to the 7th.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away. Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
From all of us at Supreme Pizza, we would like to wish the Falmouth Commodores a great season.
Cape Cod Baseball is brought to you by Take Care Cape Cod, Mass State Lottery, Cape Cod Healthcare, Kinlan Grover Compass, Sullivan Tire, Badger Sports, Cape Destinations, OT Sports, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce, Highline Cruises, Cape Cod Resort and Spa, Sports Picks, Axis Bat, Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce, Sunderland Printing, and Bluebird Hotels. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Well, depending on what camera you're looking at, it is either a crystal clear or a foggy night here at the Gov. Aiden Blank, MJ Newsom. Braden Shank is down there, hopefully with some fog-related news at some point. Edward Hart is back on the mound for the Doors in an 8-6 game. And I think you really have to assume is not going to go the full 9 innings tonight. Unless the fog can kind of retreat a little bit. Dance party time here at the Gov. What dance is Homer doing? Oh, he's doing the chicken dance.
He is doing the chicken dance.
I'm told it's in honor of the Firebirds. Well, back to baseball here as we go to the 7th. Fog continuing here at the Gov. This thing just rolled in. Hart now facing the heart of the order. Bucciero, Gurevich, and Walksman. Booch, 1 for 3 with a single. (2-0). Leader to center and down. 2 hits in his last 2 at-bats. Daniel Bucciero reaches to start off the 7th, and here's Gurevich with the runner on.
We'll see how far Edward Hart can go in this one. Now in for his second full inning of relief. Looks like it's Brett Antolik getting loose with the bands down the right field line. And we'll see sort of what that timetable looks like for his entry. Antolik was spectacular in his first appearance and a little rocky Friday at Brewster.
He took the loss in that game that only went 7 innings. Gave up 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Would be an interesting rebound for him. On fairly short rest, too, though he only threw an inning in that Brewster game. Gurevich, a single in the first. Since then, 0 for 2. Big swinging strike. That was a wonderful off-speed pitch from Hart. Middle of this order has really carried the Firebirds tonight. Doors have an off day tomorrow. Remember those?
It's been a
Haven't had
while.
one in a week. 7 games in 7 days, finishing up tonight, and then you're up with 3 consecutive battles in the West Division coming out of it. Hyannis, and then 2 against Wareham. And it's not, bottom of the West. Those are the top teams in the West Division. You're really going to have to earn those wins, especially with how poorly you've played on the road. You look towards this weekend. Little grounder against the shift. First to third, Bucciero, and runners go to the corners here on Hart.
Just a perfectly executed ground ball, and I'm sure that's pretty much an unintentional down 2 strikes. Gurovic just goes the other way. Given that he's a lefty, it's Keelan's bag to cover on the steal. Yanks him right out of the shortstop position, and he just goes right back that way.
I should correct myself. You're playing 4 in a row in the West, and that last one is going to be the biggest. Bourne is coming in on Saturday night. If Bourne wins, they win the season series. If you win, the last game of the season series is a rubber match. Strike here on Walksman. Center fielder who homered in his last at bat. Booch and Gurovic on the bases. Funky hop, bleeder to right. They want to try and send Gurovic, but he'll hold at third. Bucciero's in, and it is 9-6. And just as Orleans got a lucky hop at the end of that inning with the ball that went off Joe Allen's foot, Falmouth takes a very bad bounce with a ball that goes off Edward Hart. It'll go down as a single.
How about those last 2 ground balls really could have been outs. I mean, that's a tough one up the middle. You got to believe either Willits or Keelan can get to it, but the one before on Gurovic, that's a routine ground ball. If he's not stealing, it's a double play. And just look how the situational baseball has been for Orleans.
Evan Griffs has the other home run on the night. They have a chance for 2. Oh, they're only going to get 1. Just brutal. Gurovic is in to score. 2 runs in the inning for the Firebirds. And I'll tell you, that was heads-up base running by Walksman, who was able to draw the throw, or draw the tag, rather.
You could see Willits right there just pointed to himself and said, that one's on me. And you mentioned it, really heads-up base running by Walksman. He reads it and just starts retreating back to first base, and Willits is already advancing there. He's got to try to go tag him.
One out in the inning for Colin Tuft. Bunts it foul. Something very calming about this fog. It's provided an immaculate backdrop tonight. Doors don't want to go down more than 3. One more run, maybe not the end of the world, but you'd like to keep them to 9. You haven't given up 10 runs in a game in a while. Runner takes off, throw down, hit him. And a stolen base for Griffs.
Edward Hart's really got a battle here. He's got to find a way to set down Tuft on strikes. Trying to get yourself to 2 outs in the inning.
2-2. Up the middle. Nice stop at second by Willits. Second out of the inning, and that was a big one.
Willett's ability to get up the middle and make a nice play definitely saves a run, and that's what you got to do right now, trailing by 4 with only 9 outs to work with. And a nice job there. He peered at the runner Griffiths, heading to third, wanted to see if he had any chance at a play, kept his composure, saw he didn't, switched his momentum towards first base and got the out.
Well, a little bit of statistical research. This is officially the highest scoring game Orleans has played this season. Getting to 10 here. Their previous high might have been 5. This team really does not score a lot of runs. Yeah, their previous high was 5 in a game against Brewster, a win back on June 28th. Now they've doubled that, gotten to 10. It has not been the night for this pitching staff. Again, a little bit of it is going to get attributed to this is the end of a 7-game and 7-day stretch, but you just can't do that to this team. You simply, the way the offense has performed tonight, it's frustrating. Hart gets out of it. He gives up 2, and it is a 4-run ball game as we go to stretch time here in Falmouth. We are going to stay here. And a very special performance partner of the 7th inning stretch, and God bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
The best of the West and the beasts of the East. Coming to Falmouth this July, it's the 2024 Cape League All-Star Game, presented by Milton Cat. Come see the stars of tomorrow shine tonight with tickets on sale now at CapeCodLeague.com.
Cape League Baseball is brought to you by 99 Restaurants, Hampton Inn, Baseball Cloud, Cape Cod 5, Franklin Sports, Milton Cat, T-Mobile, Yawkey Foundation, Netting Pros, Mosquito Joe of Plymouth Cape Cod, Nantucket Nectars, Veolia North America, Coca-Cola Beverages Northeast, and Del Mar Vacation Rentals.
Alrighty, it's been an offensive kind of night here at the Gov Doors and the Birds. We've seen everything, including that. Nice little slide and grab. Yeah, there's been 2 home runs. But the Doors have kind of fought. 10-6, they're within striking range as we go to the bottom of the 7th. One ball and 1 strike here on Jackson Willits. Leadoff hitter, Willits, Keelan, Gaffney, top 3. Trying to do something. Willits the only one among those 3 that has any kind of hit today. It came the first at bat of the game. And Willits down easy on strikes his first time tonight. Here's Keelan. He's flown out twice and grounded into a double play. Falmouth down to 8 outs to work with, trying to get 4 runs. Seems like they've run into a bit of a roadblock here with Clemson's Joe Allen. Rocketed towards short. Miola throwing. Not in time. It's dropped at first by Gurovich. It's an E3, and Keelan's on with 1 out in the 7th. His first time aboard today. I suppose the way that this lineup has hit, especially in the top half, you just take what you can get. And now use that base runner however you can. Here's Luke Gaffney, also 0 for 3 on the day.
Well, it doesn't matter how you got him on. An error, a base hit, a drop third strike, who cares? You've got a base runner on, you've got to make some magic happen with that. You mentioned Falmouth chasing 4, just 8 outs to work with. Got to put together some really good approaches and at-bats.
8-2 in the only other game today with Whitey and Bourne. The Red Sox lead. Sound like a broken record. You can get 2 points back on Bourne if you just win today, most likely. You got to control your own destiny while you still can, right? You don't want this to get down to the final week and you're saying, well, did Bourne win or lose today? There's a smack to right. Gaffney and Keelan both on for the first time today, and Keelan will take 3rd. All right, so the Doors are in business here in the 7th, and now it's Dylan Carey with the tying run on deck.
Time to make a splash right here. Dylan Carey has been swinging a red-hot stick. A couple of base knocks today. Got Turley and Caraway behind him. Got to make a push right here.
2 hits on the day for DC, including a double and a run last inning. You're trying to jump on Allen. With runners on the corners and 1 out. A wet Falmouth evening. You can feel droplets even now working their way into our broadcast booth.
Got to find a way to do a job if you're Dylan Carey. Got to get Keelan in from 3rd. Begin to claw your way back.
He's not giving Allen anything that he hasn't earned. 3 balls into strike here on the Falmouth 3rd baseman. Hitters count. And he's loaded the bases. The last time the bases were loaded for Gavin Turley, he hit it over the center field fence by quite some distance. He does that here. The game is going to be tied. And Kelly Nicholson knows that. He's gone out to meet with Joe Allen and maybe make a pitching change.
Well, more on Gavin Turley, and the bases loaded. Keelan's at third. Turley told me yesterday that he now has 6 grand slams this season across summer and spring. Why not add a 7th? But it'll be against the new arm.
Let's break. Tell you about that new arm as we move along in the bottom of the 7th. Big spot for Falmouth.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Back at the Gov, they've gone to Luke Jackson out of the Orleans bullpen. This is a huge opportunity for Falmouth to jump on the Firebirds. Right-handed pitcher out of Texas A&M, only his 2nd appearance of the summer. And partner, this is the opportunity.
This is the time where you got to strike. A base is loaded. Last time that Gavin Turley came up, with the bases loaded, it was a big grand slam.
He comes in on a foggy night. That fog has moved up a bit since we last spoke, in the outfield specifically. This is what happened the last time that Turley got up with the bases loaded. A grand slam turned out to be all the runs they needed. Gave them the lead against Chatham, would tie the game here. 6 grand slams on the year. Has a chance to really help his team out with his 7th. Jackson is a redshirt freshman, native of Austin, Texas. Took a red shirt in 23. Again, only his 2nd appearance with the Firebirds. Turley steps in, having reached in all 3 of his appearances today. Walk, error, single. This is a bleeder, and it's stabbed at second by Shoup. Right off the bat, you thought that thing was getting down, but Shoup gets up and gets it for the 2nd out. And now it's going to be up to Trent Caraway. That thing looked like it was dying in the outfield. He got up for that thing, too. Caraway takes a strike. Only 2 innings pitched in the first outing of the season for Jackson at 9 ERA. Walked 1, gave up 2 earned runs, and struck out 3. He's got a little zip on those pitches. High spin rate on the fastball. Caraway's 0 for 3. He's had a knack for big hits as well, especially here. Two one. And now he's into a hitter's count.
You got to be uber selective here if you're Trent Caraway. Last thing you want to do is take a swing at a pitch outside the zone something you don't like, and in this inning.
This is a major payoff pitch with 2 down in the inning. Tension is building in a foggy night. 3-2. And he walks in the run. Big at bat work by the Beaver. And it's back to a 3-run game.
Great discipline from Trent Caraway. Thought he had that pitch previously outside. It missed. He stayed locked in. Now he's at first, and Zion Rose. Guy swung a good bat tonight.
He has 2 hits. Lineup doesn't get any easier. And Markinson has to work to block it. Rose, Jones, and Mudler have absolutely raked. Responsible for 6 of the 11 Commodore hits tonight. And Markinson wants to figure out how they're going to approach this. A lot of misses here from Jackson. Has struggled to find the zone. Now 2 balls and no strikes after he walked in a run with Caraway. Back where it came from and into right center. They're going to get 2 out of this. They will hold the 3rd, and it is 10-9 on 1 swing of the bat. Welcome back, Zion Rose, a 3-hit day for the Cardinal. Gaffney's in. Carey scores on that as well, and Caraway, the tying run is 90 feet out, with Zion Rose the go-ahead run now on first base.
Sweet piece of hitting from Zion Rose. You said it, Aiden, right back where it came from. Just throws his hands right to the baseball, keeps the barrel flat, and catches the sweet spot. Great base running as well from both Gaffney and Carey.
I think Kelly Nicholson's going to the bullpen one more time. Let's see. The next 2 up, Jones and Mudler, have combined for 4 hits and 2 runs scored. And they are waiting here. Sean Matson is up in the Orleans bullpen. That's interesting because he is their closer. He's not the guy that comes in these situations normally. I think they're waiting on it. I think Kelly Nicholson is going to make a call to the bullpen here. We're going to see a 3rd pitcher this inning for Orleans. We'll break and then tell you about Mr. Matson coming back with the Doors down by 1.
Hi, it's Brendan from Crane Appliance. Since 1983, our goal as a family-owned company has been simple: to give our neighbors on the Cape and Islands a great shopping experience. Rest easy knowing our professional team will listen to your needs and help you pick the perfect appliances for your home. At Crane Appliance, we know how difficult appliance shopping can be. Our team is here for you. Come experience the best. Crane Appliance. We call the Cape and Islands home.
The lowest prices on the largest selection of appliances. It's Crane Appliance.
From one arm to another, the 3rd of the inning is Sean Matson to come out for the Birds. He does have 2 outs, but the tying run is 90 feet out in a game that Orleans has led by as many as 5.
I've loved the discipline and fight that I've seen from Falmouth, and I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again right now. Just the ability to keep the offense consistent. Hits, runs across this entire game has been fantastic. The pitching has not exactly been beautiful, but your offense tonight is keeping you in it. Matson, you look at the numbers, and he's really, really good. He has been solid so far this summer. but he comes in at a big spot. You mentioned Aiden, that tying run 90 feet away. Jason Jones at the dish, who's got a couple of knocks tonight. It does not get easier from here if you're Sean Matson, even though it's 8-9 in the order. Two guys that have 2 base hits.
Matson's been terrific. His second summer in Orleans, he has been the highlight of their roster recently. Was absolutely terrific closing the last year, has done it again this year. It's going to be real tough to get a run off him. Of course, his sister Erin is a national champion multiple times over as a player and a coach at the University of North Carolina. The family has received a lot of attention in the media recently, and Sean is back for his second season with the Birds. His 7th appearance of the summer is a big one. Trent Caraway is on third. He is the tying run, and Zion Rose is on first. He's the go-ahead run. They're going to go to Jason Jones, who has sandwiched a 4th-inning strikeout with 2 singles. Newest member of the Pokes, the Oklahoma State Cowboy, struts up here in the fog. 10-9. Scott Mudler is on deck. Jones watches an inside strike sail by. Struck out to center. Tuft thinks he's got a play. He lost it in the fog. The game's tied. Here comes Zion Rose. The Doors have taken the lead. Jason Jones, a 3-hit day, and the third is the biggest. 11-10 Falmouth in the bottom of the 7th. 5 runs down, no problem for the Falmouth Bats. He hit it, I think, a little bit harder than Tuff imagined because it looked like Tuff thought he had a play, and then it just went right over his head. And watch Zion Rose just pick it up, turning around second base. Kelly Nicholson has now gone out to confer with our home plate umpire. The fog is continuing to creep into the outfield. Now you need to get the last out, because if this game is stopped right now, it does not finish as 11-10. It ends as 10-6. And now they're calling him off the field.
That's a great call. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. After the fact.
Kelly Nicholson is going at it.
Great job.
And this game that is 11-10 with 2 outs in the 7th may be an Orleans victory after all. John Schiffner is now taking his turn with the umpires. Again, the rule, if this game does not finish this 7th inning, it reverts to what the score was before the 7th inning. And the Doors are going to lose 8-6. And this has become one of the most eventful nights of the summer. Isaiah Barquette sings God Bless America better than any of us ever could. The Doors strike for 5 in the bottom of the 7th, and as soon as they take the lead, they're called off the field. We are into a fog delay. You almost wish that Rose had just gone out and gotten himself, or beg your pardon, not Rose, Jason Jones had just gotten himself thrown out at second base. That would have been the way to do it. 2 runs would have scored. The game would have ended in all likelihood. And now it is a gaggle down the first base line. That is John Schiffner. He is joined by acting manager for the night, Mike Landry. Normally the pitching coach, and of course Kelly Nicholson is in there. We're going to take a break, and we'll give you a fog update on the other side of it. Bottom of the 7th, 11-10 ball game.
Oh, it's definitely
Oh, hang on. We are going to first check in down on the sidelines with Braden Shank. Braden, what's the situation down there? We're waiting on Braden.
Well, guys, down on the field, it is definitely very. You can't see much out here. It's definitely taken over, and as you guys have alluded to, it gets interesting here because the inning is not completed. So if the game were to end, it would be a sticky situation. What the result would be, and Kelly Nicholson, after that shot to center field, was not happy. Slammed his notebook, went over, had a few words with his home plate umpire because at some point the outfielder can't see the ball. And as we talked about earlier, the rule is you play until you feel it's not safe, but you don't know it's unsafe until a play like that happens. And again, we're now just in a state of uncertainty.
Braden, did you catch anything that just got said with Schiff? It looks like that meeting just got broken up. I think they're just deciding how long this fog delay is going to be. The umpires are walking towards right field. They're walking almost off the field. You need this inning finished. It is 11-10, but again, if that third out doesn't get finished, that's the game. You lose the game. 8-6 would be the final. Why don't we take a break? We're going to go get some more information and come back. We are in a fog delay. 11-10 Falmouth on top of Orleans in the bottom of the seventh.
I just heard our broadcaster say that's the game.
The best of the West and the beasts of the East. Coming to Falmouth this July, it's the 2024 Cape League All-Star Game, presented by Milton Cat. Come see the stars of tomorrow shine tonight with tickets on sale now at capecodleague.com.
You could have a future big leaguer in the family. Become a part of the Falmouth Commodores community by hosting a player for the summer. Host families provide a home away from home for some of the best college baseball talent in the nation, and the bonds formed between the players and families can last a lifetime. All host families will receive a weekly allowance from the Commodores organization to help cover expenses.
Calling all Falmouth Commodore fans. The doors are back in town and gearing up for another thrilling summer on the Cape. Now, it's time for the Falmouth faithful to gear up. Kick off the season in style and take a trip to the Merch Shack, located behind home plate at Gov Fuller Field. We're open all home games during Thursday morning Commodores clinics and at select pop-up shops. Come shop and meet the 2024 game day interns. We hope to see you soon.
Cape Cod Baseball is brought to you by Take Care Cape Cod, Mass State Lottery, Cape Cod Healthcare, Kinlan Grover Compass, Sullivan Tire, Badger Sports, Cape Destinations, OT Sports, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce, Highline Cruises, Cape Cod Resort and Spa, Sports Picks, Axis Bat, Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce, Sunderland Printing, and Bluebird Hotels. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Back at Gov Fuller Field, Aiden Blank and MJ Newsom. We have been delayed once again. Second time this season we've seen a fog delay. The Doors have an 11-10 lead, but the situation is this inning is not complete, and it is not 11-10 as a final if you don't finish it. First one didn't go very well for Orleans. At least the team losing didn't really get a good result. You'd hope that changes here. The fog's got to go out.
Well, that's the rule. You got to go back to the last completed inning. If there is a fog delay, and you said it, there's 2 outs in the bottom of the seventh. The inning's not complete. Orleans dropped 2 runs at the top of the inning. Falmouth has charged back and scored 5. Jason Jones, the last batter, had a 2 RBI double, and you mentioned it. We had a fog delay and a fog out the last time Orleans came and played about a week and a half ago. It was a 7-1 Commodores victory. And we've seen Kelly Nicholson, John Schiffner, Mike Landry having multiple conversations. Mike Murray, the assistant GM for the Commodores.
I will say, it just from the naked eye, it looks like center field got a lot better since we started talking. I think right now, if you are Mike Landry, again, acting manager of the night for the Doors, I think you need to have your guys ready to go at a moment's notice. And again, the thought literally needs to be for Scott Mudler, who's about to come out, get out. Just end the inning, finish it, and then we'll go from there.
Absolutely, and you can see Mike Murray down there behind home plate right here, talking with the official scorer, joined alongside one of his coaches as well. He's doing everything in his power. I think that's the rule book he's reading out there, trying to figure out, hey, how can we keep this game going? How can we find a way to get this game going back? How can we maybe find a way to win this game? Because the way it's gone so far, Falmouth at least deserves to win this game. You just hate the rule as you have to revert back to the last completed inning.
We have fans. We will give them fans if they want fans down on the field to try and blow this thing out. Again, the first time it worked in your favor. It was 7-1, game ended after 5. It wasn't much of a conversation. The difference is now it's 11-10. You haven't completed the inning. It's a much different situation now. You are going to be less likely to call this thing. And again, Mike Murray just looking through the rule book there, trying to figure out if there's any way to get this thing going and how quickly it can be. The umpires have left the field. Everyone's kind of just trying to stay loose. We'll take a break, try and stay loose with you. Fog delay here in Falmouth.
It was 1989, my thoughts were short, my hair was long. Caught somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from in between. It was summertime in northern Michigan. Splashing through the sandbar, talking by the campfire. It's the simple things in life, like when and where. We did when the rains came. Down in the hollow, playing a new game. Laughing and a running, hey, hey. Skipping and a jumping. In the misty morning fog with our hearts that thumping and you, a brown-eyed girl. Tuesday and so slow, gone down the old man with a transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind a rainbow's wall, slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you, a brown-eyed girl. We used to sing sha la 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 da, just like that. Sha la 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 da, la da. So hard to find my way. Just the other day, my, you have grown. Cast my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome thinking about making love in the green grass behind the stadium with you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. We used to sing sha la 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 sha la 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 sha la 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 sha la la la. I don't like it. I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. So good it hurts. I don't want it. I gotta have it. Uh-oh. When I can't find the words, I just go. I don't like it. No, I love it. I don't like it. No, I love it. All out, turn the beat up. Hey, now I'm glad to meet ya. Turn up, girl, blow the speaker. Yeah, think about it now, blow the speaker. I'll speak louder, let's get wild tonight. Billionaire bottles, we just down. I'm like, ain't no problem, all my wrongs are right. Alright, alright, I don't like it, I love it. I got another coming in my budget. I got an anaconda in my truck fit. Don't push it, cause I'ma hit it till I jackpot. That's right, wax on, baby, wax off. Act right, we can put it on the black card. All night and I'll spend it, cause I don't like it. I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. So good it hurts. I don't want it. I gotta have it. Uh-oh. When I can't find the words, I just go. I don't like it. No, I love it. I don't like it. No, I love it. All night, let me groove ya. Dance with me, turn down for who, girl? Another round to help us step the moves up. Yeah, but that crown need a measurement ruler. Celebrate life and I'll pay for it. That a body nice next to my tongue for it. Yeah, party all right, let's all aboard. Let's all aboard, all aboard. I don't like it, I love it. And the other girls, they can't touch it. Competition, that's a whole nother subject. I wanna walk it out in public. You a star, baby, just know. Let's go to the mansion or the condo. That's cool, perfect time, gotta let it flow. You know I'm watching.
If she holler, if she holler, let her go. She's indecisive. She can't decide. She keeps on looking from left to right. Girl, come a bit closer. Look in my eyes. Searching is so wrong. I miss the right. Like the time to love and then leave her and disappear right after the song. So give me the night to show you, hold you. Don't leave me out here dancing alone. You can't make up your mind. Please don't waste my time. I'm not trying to rewind. I wish our hearts could come together as one. Shawty is a eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover. Shawty is a eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover.
Well, guys, a decision has been made on the field. The umpires are exiting off. Still awaiting the official word, but the unofficial word is that the Commodores have lost this tonight. As we mentioned, it's not a completed inning just yet. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. So unless the third out was made, the score is going to revert back to what we started the inning with, which was 8-5 in favor of Orleans. So again, until we hear the official word, right now as it stands, the Commodores are in line for the loss in this game. The 5-run inning that they put up in the bottom half of the 7th will be erased from history, essentially. And again, you'll take it off, and 8-6 will be our final score here, awaiting the official confirmation from our scorekeeper. And actually, no, MJ Newsom give me some breaking developments here. And MJ, I'm going to bring you on here. What's the word here?
So I've just been told by both Brian Coleman and Gavin Turley that the conversation at home plate was...
Hey, Jimmy.
I don't know what's going on. Don't. So we're still waiting on the actual word here. But MJ, walk us through the time limit events here.
Yeah, so a lot of confusion on who wins this game, of course, because what we think the rule is that you had to revert back to last complete inning, and that would be an 8-6 Orleans win because there's only 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. But what we've gone through so far is a lot. Top of the 7th inning, Orleans patted a lead to 10-6 with 2 runs. And then Isaiah Barquette decided to sing God Bless America, and it got the boys fired up. So now they scored 5 runs. Jason Jones had a 2 RBI, 2-bagger. And then after that, Orleans ball coach Kelly Nicholson said, my guys can't see. We need to stop this. Umpires put us in a fog delay. And for the foreseeable future, that's what we've been. They have since called this game, but we're still awaiting decision. Mike Murray, assistant GM right now, is on the phone. He's been flipping through the rule book pretty much for the past 25, 30 minutes. So I think it's still up in the air. We'll see what happens, but regardless, what a heck of a night.
Yeah, well, we are going to take a break here as we are still awaiting the official word on this game between Orleans and Falmouth. Again, the scoreboard reads 11-10, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. So it's going to be interesting what they do. We will take a break and be back from the Gov. More coverage in this fog delay between the Firebirds and the Commodores.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, president of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away. Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
From all of us at Supreme Pizza, we would like to wish the Falmouth Commodores a great season.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sun.
Hi, it's Brendan from Crane Appliance. Since 1983, our goal as a family-owned company has been simple: to give our neighbors on the Cape and Islands a great shopping experience. Rest easy knowing our professional team will listen to your needs and help you pick the perfect appliances for your home. At Crane Appliance, we know how difficult appliance shopping can be. Our team is here for you. Come experience the best. Crane Appliance. We call the Cape and Islands home.
The lowest prices on the largest selection of appliances. It's Crane Appliance.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field here in Falmouth, Massachusetts. If you're just joining us, we'll give you a recap. Falmouth was down big. They came back. 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, 11-10 the final. It is 9:03. In 1 minute, we can give you the news on how this game has been decided. Again, 5-2. The inning was not completed. There are 2 outs in the inning. Both of these teams, we can report, are done for the night. They've gone to their meetings. Before we give the news, an absolutely incredible comeback. So much fight shown out of this team a night after it looked like they just really had none left.
Well, Michael Jackson could sum this one up with one of his songs, Thriller. I mean, this has been an absolute thriller, to say the least. A crazy offensive game, a crazy game nonetheless. We're hearing different things. The Commodores win, the Commodores lose, because we talked about it. What you think is you got to revert back to the last completed inning. We told we're not sure about that ruling. Like you said, we'll know pretty soon here in just a few minutes. But it has been a crazy offensive game. But, Aiden, to look at the Commodores as a whole, a great offensive game, stringing your things together, hits, runs, all across the board.
11-10, theoretically, we have been told is the final. That's what we were told by the official score. As of now, the game has ended. Falmouth has won. And I think a sigh of relief for everybody in that Falmouth dugout. There were going to be some very unhappy people if that inning was not completed.
Absolutely, and you think about how tough that is if you do have to revert back to the last inning. You just had a marvelous comeback. You scored 5 runs in this inning, and because you didn't get 3 outs, you can't win the game. It's really kind of a gray area. We're glad we have people that know more than we do to help us out along the way, but the fall just brings some fogginess, doesn't it?
Falmouth is now 2-0 against Orleans at home and 2-0 against Orleans in fog games. They have won 11-10. Again, that is what we've been told. As of now, the Doors have won. They are back to within a game of Bourne in the West Division. And now you take a look at that upcoming schedule. I mean, just a mammoth 4-game stretch that you have to at least win 2 of to stay in this hunt.
Well, you get a big one tonight, and it was a much-needed one after a tough loss last night, but a mammoth schedule, Aiden. You mentioned it. The 2 top teams in the West, you have them in 3 straight games. At Hyannis, where you've lost. You haven't quite played at Spillane Field yet because it got rained out, but you have lost to Wareham once. It's going to be interesting, and you're going to have to play your best ball.
Looks like Braden Shank is down on the field. He's waiting on us for an interview. Braden, you have the man of the hour, the fog man.
Braden Shank joined alongside Falmouth bench coach John Schiffner. Schiff, kind of walk us through what the last 30 minutes has looked like.
Whoa, my goodness, what a unbelievable. We still not been officially told we've won this game, but we're pretty sure we've won the game, reverting back to the old baseball rule of official game is ended after 5 innings or 4.5 innings that the home team is ahead. And this is pretty much the same thing. The game is stopped now. We've finished the 5 innings. We're ahead. This walk-off. Whoops. I know what happened over there. Oh, well, I certainly hope news that I didn't want to hear. As far as we know, we won the game, we think. So let's continue. Sorry, everybody. Sorry about that.
I got to ask you, if you've seen a lot in your career, two times at Gov Fuller Field. Is this the first time you've seen fog in Falmouth?
No. I've been around a long time. I've seen fog here. I don't think here I've seen fog. There might have been some games that might have been finished early, but, climate change, and all of a sudden now fog is coming in heavy in in Falmouth now. So, but it's part of the charm of the Cape Cod League. You're going to get some fog in Chatham, fog in Orleans, you're going to get fog here, Wareham. It might happen. So it's part of the charm.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Schiff. I'll enjoy the rest of your night. MJ, Aiden, back to you guys.
All right, Braden, thank you very much. We've been told it is a door dub, and it certainly would go down as the best that they've had this season. Not the prettiest. They trailed for a lot of this game. There were a lot of ugly parts of it, but man, this offense, when called upon to fight, finally showed up and just electrified this town.
Not pretty at all, and Francis Ferguson got off to a really rocky start. His first start of the summer, he gave up 8 runs. You were down 8-3, Aiden, and you mentioned it. The offense answered the bell, a 5 spot here in the 7th, and I've been talking about it so much. You score in every single inning outside of 2. That's winning baseball in the offensive end, and that's what Falmouth needs to continue to do. You finish the first half of the season, you got to continue that as you move forward and try to make a playoff push.
11-10 the final. We think the Doors have earned their 7th win of the season. An off day tomorrow, and we'll speak to you from Hyannis on Wednesday with the Doors and the Hawks. What a wonderful game. Ends in a strange manner, but that's all right. Falmouth comes away with a foggy W in comeback fashion. 11-10 over the Birds.